next week, but that is the start of next week. We will not worry about that until we get there, right? So start of August might be a rude awakening as far as the weather is concerned. But it's been relatively mild, easy for us to handle here on 1430 ESPN here in the Central Valley. All right, what else do we got? We have the 3 o'clock hour sponsor, which is Clovis Truck Center. Clovis Truck Center, the first, the biggest, and still the best here in the Central Valley. And now they are bigger than the Bedliner. Just a few days left in July where you can get a special when you say by name. That's right. If you say Phil Bennoti sent you to Clovis Truck Center, you'll get $50 off your visit. $50 off your visit at Clovis Truck Center for all your truck, SUV, car needs over there for your summer. Summer is getting to the end of it, I would say. We got a few more months before the warm temperatures diminish, but I would say summer activities are running through about September here. So why not make it last with Clovis Truck Center? $50 off, like I said, when you visit them by saying Phil Bennoti sent you. They're over at Old Town Clovis, just south of the Clovis Rodeo Grounds. Clovis Truck Center, the first, the biggest, and still the best in the Central Valley. What do we got on the show today? We got a lot to catch up on. We got a lot to discuss. It's a Monday, so there's a lot of storylines to dive into in the world of sports, all these different things that are going on. We'll touch on some Giants. We'll touch on some baseball topics. We'll touch on some football as well. Johnny Bravo is going to be coming in the 4 o'clock hour. Johnny Bravo from the Fresno Grizzlies. We got the Grizzlies back in Fresno, and guess what? They have been playing the best baseball they've been playing all year. And so they come in with a very important series against Rancho Cucamonga to keep things rolling. Exciting times for the Grizzlies here, who are playing really good baseball in the second half. So if you want playoff Grizzly baseball, this is your opportunity to find out what is going on with the homestand coming up. So Johnny Bravo will be in studio to talk about all of the great stuff going on with the Fresno Grizzlies coming up in the second hour. We'll have my 5 at 5 today. Standard 5 of 5, top 5 teams in MLB at the end of July. This is our only 5 of 5 chance this month, or at the end of this week. So I'll give out the schedule. I'll explain that just momentarily, because we're going to have a lot of moving parts this week as well. We'll do some 50 states in 50 days trivia. We'll dive into some training camp stuff, all that stuff to be discussed here on 1430. I'll have my Happy Gilmore 2 review. Watched Happy Gilmore 2. And excited to chat about that as well. All right. Got a lot to get to, a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. We are, I believe now we are officially live on YouTube as well. Like I said, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. So if you want to go over there, watch the video version. I'm wearing a Red Sox outfit just to rub it into the Dodger fans' faces here at the station this weekend. So just planning on using that for some ammunition. We are pleased to be graced by the presence of a couple of our producers today who are behind the glass. Jorge, who's sounding a whole lot better than he did last week, who was here. And Julia back from vacation. Julia's going to be here as well, running the video stream. Guys, as I always ask on these Mondays, how was your weekend?
Hey, Phil. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Didn't do much. Staying at home. I watched a lot of like soccer and
a
lot of other like. I got up early on Sunday to watch the F1 race.
Okay.
And then I went back to sleep.
Did it live up to the hype? Or?
No, it was
very boring.
I mean, I don't know. It feels like there was stuff going on before that, and it was interesting. And then all of a sudden the race came in, and it was just like, there it was.
Just sounds like F1 normally, although I'm going to really make the F1 fans mad if I say that. I'll tell you, I enjoy the movie way better than any other race I've ever watched. So I'll tell you that. Julia, you've been gone for a bit, so how was your weekend and beyond? I guess if you want to fill in people on the details there. How was your weekend plus?
Yeah, so I was gone for a little bit. I had to move apartments, which was crazy, very chaotic last couple of days. Didn't get to watch a lot of sports because of that, but, after that, my grandma was in town, so it was a good weekend.
There you go. Having grandma in town, nice to have that. Nice to have the family back together, all that great stuff. I will say it's a bittersweet week for Julia. This is your last week with us on the show, so we're gonna feel bittersweet about that. So we're not gonna think about it just quite yet on today's show, right? Or
Yeah, not yet.
not yet.
Not till Friday.
Not till Friday. I wanted to outline what we're doing this week because we got a lot of moving parts this week. I'll tell you what. So the show is going to get a little weird this week because tomorrow we're going to just do a couple of hours tomorrow. And then me, Joe, and Julia, we're going to ship down to L.A. tomorrow night. That's right. We're going down tomorrow to L.A. tomorrow night. And on Wednesday, we are going to be at Rams training camp. That's right. Rams training camp live. We're going to do a live broadcast from Rams training camp from 4 to 6 p.m. on Wednesday. That's an exciting announcement to bring up to the folks here. So a Phil Bennoti Behind the Bench special live from the Loyola Marymount, where the Rams are doing their training camp, where they have a morning session that day. So it worked out in our schedule perfectly. Will be right after the Giants and Pirates game. The Giants are going to be playing a day game against Pittsburgh in San Francisco, and so we'll follow that. Jorge, I know you recall last year's broadcast, and I would say you were a little peeved at how good of a setup we had last year. We were set up poolside last year. I don't know if you could hear the splashes from the family that was swimming at the pool that we were at. We are not going to be poolside on Wednesday, but I'd say it's a much cooler setup than where we were last year.
Me, Pete, no, I wasn't mad at all. I mean, who wants to work near a pool, and just hang out there and do talk about sports?
Right.
Who wants to do that? Not me.
Of course not.
No, I mean,
you like being in here, pushing the buttons,
right.
making sure everything works. Julia, you're going to get to go. Well, how excited are you about Rams camp on Wednesday?
I am so excited. I have never been to any sort of training camp, so this will be my first one, and I am extremely excited, especially get to come as the media side. That's going to be really cool. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting perspective, interesting insight. We'll get to watch a lot of different things. I know with the Rams, the storylines going in, Matthew Stafford's going to be out of practice this week, so we won't get to see him throw, maybe if not much. So we're going to see what Jimmy G looks like throwing to the offense number one side of things and working with that, which is going to be interesting, especially if the narrative starts to continue to push to, is Stafford going to be ready week one when they host the Houston Texans in L.A.? So that'll be interesting to watch. But also catching up with a couple of the Fresno State guys. We hope to have Devontae Adams on the program. That's something we've been working on, and that's something we hope to have on Wednesday. And if we do, we are very excited to bring that to you. So if you, I'll tease that. I believe we're going to have Ronnie Rivers on in some capacity as well. So we will have that through the Rams. And then we will also, already got it scheduled out. We're going to have an interview with JB Long, voice of the Rams, who will be joining us in some variety on the show. And I think also Rams analyst from the Rams broadcast, DeMarco Farr. We're going to try to get DeMarco Farr on as well. So it's going to be a lot of moving pieces for the show. We're excited to bring it to you. 2 hours of show behind the bench live from LA's Rams camp coming up on Wednesday. So excited for that. Get you excited, right? Because then on Thursday, we're going to broadcast the Hall of Fame game right here on 1430. First football broadcast Thursday. So we're leading you right up into that on Thursday as well. It's the Lions and the Chargers live from Canton, Ohio. So it's football. Football's back. Football's here. Football's back. We are so excited. We had Fresno State camp coverage last week, but just feels like we got the full helping of it. Julia, when are you starved for football? Are you like just ready for football and everything like that comes with it, with the football season?
Yeah, I am just so excited. I love football season. It is absolutely the best time of the year, and I just can't wait. I'm ready.
Well, it can't come any sooner right now, right? Because particularly other seasons I want to bring up, and we'll start with this topic because I don't know how much longer we can talk about this team because football season can't come at a better time because now I'm going to make Jorge's blood pressure rise for about 4 minutes here. and talk about this San Francisco Giants team who just wrapped up a 3-game sweep at the hands of the New York Mets. New low, I'd say we're there. We're approaching a new low with this Giants team this year. A team that cannot get the big hit to say anything of what they needed to get done. 0 for 23 runners in scoring position says it all. And by the way, they had a hit in runner in scoring position, but Elliot Ramos decided to run into an out yesterday in the base running blunders that continue to plague the San Francisco Giants team. Logan Webb looks human. That's unfortunate. Horrible time to have Logan Webb look semi-pedestrian. That was on Friday. Robbie Ray, unfortunate. I thought Bob Melvin left him in just a little too long to be in there in the 6th inning, but you got to trust Robbie Ray, who's one of your horses. Giants just couldn't get it done in all 3 phases in all 3 of those games against the Mets. And so are we back to where our disappointment is after that horrendous Toronto series and where we saw that horrendous loss to the Braves on that Monday of a week ago? I don't think 2 wins in the Braves has fixed anything. I do believe that the Braves are a bad baseball team and things aren't getting fixed with this Giants team. It continues to be a listless maneuver to 500 baseball, which they are 2 losses away from reaching after starting 10-1 on the year. Tell me I'm coming from a wrong place here, or is this Giants team cooked?
I don't know what you keep saying that they're cooked. They're not cooked. They're not cooked. You keep giving them an ultimatum. Like you're saying this eulogy every other week just because they had a bad series. It's one series. It's not the end of the world.
It's been a bad 3 weeks, Jorge.
I wouldn't say that.
It's been a bad 3 weeks. It's been 2 losses to the Dodgers. It's been a sweep to Toronto. It's been, 2 or 3 over Atlanta.
The way you say it, you're just saying it wrong.
What am I saying wrong? Those are the results.
I know those are the results.
I
don't want to look at them like that.
Those are playoff teams. You have, if you want to win a World Series, Jorge, tell me, you as a Giants fan, you want to win the World Series?
I understand that.
You got to beat the Toronto Blue Jays. You got to beat the New York Mets. You got to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
They're not doing it.
They're not doing it, but I don't give up on my team like that.
I know you ride or die with it, but I'm just trying to be the realist for people here. And I know everyone could probably say I'm the biggest Giants hater out here. Yeah, I'm wearing a Red Sox gear. I show my loyalty where I'm at. I'm a Giants fan second to my Red Sox. I'm telling you this right now. I love the Giants. I grew up watching the Giants. I'm frustrated for the Giants because it's just so demoralizing to continue to see them lose, and especially in boneheaded ways where they kill rallies. Just like yesterday's game with Elliot Ramos just running into one of the worst base running blunders I've seen. This team has no lack of focus once again in any sense of what they do in baseball. And they showed their you-know-what yesterday. And they showed their you-know-what all weekend with just how horrible they've been in the clutch situations. And I get it. Jung-Hoo Lee got a nice hit and probably should have had a homer in any other ballpark off of Edwin Diaz. But he didn't because that ballpark's built a certain way. And you got to play it that way. And It's a frustrating series to say the least, but this is what good teams do. They shut you down, and the Mets are a good baseball team, and that just frustrates me because you just clearly know the Giants are a tick below everybody else who's going to win the World Series. This Giants team's not winning the World Series this year. It's not winning the World Series this year.
You're saying that too early. I don't believe that. That they're done like that yet.
Julia, where are you at?
I don't know. I'm in the same boat as Jorge. I feel like I just don't give up quite yet. And I feel like more recently, especially the teams that they have been losing to are those really good teams that I think are some of the best in baseball, if not the best. And I feel like there's just this little hump they almost have to get over. But once they do, I feel like they will start beating those teams.
But
again.
Can you fix it midseason? Unless there's a drastic trade that happens in the next 3 days.
My thing is that they weren't getting destroyed. All right? They weren't.
That's the most frustrating part, Jorge.
Yes, it's frustrating because they're better than that. That team has more talent than what is showing on the board. It's frustrating because they can't get it out and they can't show it on the runs and they can't put it up as wins and they go out and lose this game.
So what's the problem with this team?
Like I said it before, I think it's leadership. There's no leadership that is going to take you, and make you want to play better, each and every day.
So then I ask the question, how you change that? How does that change? Does somebody just become a leader? Like, I just don't see that ever happening in any sense of the world. It organically becomes a leader. Like it
really got to start from the inside of the club.
Yeah.
It's an inside of the club thing. Like the management has to start with, and then coaching and it's got to pick the players and the players that they want to put them up to a leadership position. And there might not be a player right now.
I don't know if there's an answer to it, because that sounds like all off-season stuff. It sounds like role defining when you go into an off-season, when you come into spring training, when you decide who's going to be the people you're going to be your go-to guys. And let's be honest, the leaders that I think you should have as your leaders are guys who were signed this year. Willie Adames, who's obviously a good go-to guy, but can he be a go-to guy that starts off this year? I don't know. His play didn't really show it until the last month or so.
I feel like we had some at the beginning of the year. We had some good leadership, and we had we went through a stretch where we had good baseball. And what happened then? I don't know.
Well, John Hooley stopped hitting, Wilmer Flores stopped hitting, and Patrick Bailey stopped hitting, and Willie Adames was never hitting. I mean,
it could be maybe it's just facing better competition. I don't know.
Julie, is it easy to fix leadership issues in the middle of a season? It just doesn't sound like something I can compute. I don't think you can. I just don't know if there is a locker meeting that has to happen, if there's like some sort of players only thing that has to happen for this team. I don't see this thing fixing itself anytime soon, other than maybe you get the grace of playing the Pirates 6 of the next 9 games you have here coming up. I don't know. I just don't think there's a solution, in my opinion, other than trying to add, like Buster Posey is saying he's trying to do, which we'll see what he does in the next 4 days. But is there any solution you could think of that's going to fix this thing?
I mean, I feel like in the sense when I think of when we went through this, like when I played softball, we would do something with just the players. I feel like the coaching has really been part of this huge problem that they've been having. But I feel like it's hard to get a leader, but you might have someone just come to the point where they're just done with how they've been playing and start, holding other players accountable and things like that. And that's how a leader can be created, but it needs to happen right now.
It's go time. It is go time. You're 3 games out of the wild card behind the Padres here, and you're sitting behind the Reds, who are a decent team right now in the wild card standings. The world is slowly caving in on this Giants team right now, and yes, the Pirates are going to come at a very good opportune time. But guess what? That Pirates team also beat a very underperforming Arizona team, and if you continue to underperform against that team, then anybody can beat you. It's the Major League Baseball. The Chicago White Sox have played tremendous in the last 2 weeks, and nobody knows it. So anything can kind of happen with this Giants team. I understand that a win streak could come. You're losing to good teams. You're just proving to me that this team is not at the level of where a World Series championship is feasible and reasonable as an expectation. I'm sorry. And yes, maybe the Diamondbacks getting to the World Series 2 years is ruining everybody's perception of what is successful baseball because of the idea of them getting there to the World Series. If you can get it, anybody can if you get into the dance. And I just don't think that's acceptable enough. You need to be a contender. You can't rely on yourself going on a Diamondback-esque run to make it to the World Series. It simply is not some sort of plan.
But it could happen. It could happen.
I'm so sick of that. It could happen. You know who ruined baseball? The Phillies. That's who ruined it. They should have beaten that Diamondbacks team. I'm sorry. They just underperformed, and that's
Phillies
how it
ruined baseball.
The Phillies
they ruined other stuff too, but we're not.
The Phillies have ruined the expectations of where your win should go. And I'm sorry.
Don't point your finger at the Phillies there.
Yay. I'll point my finger anywhere around the Phillies. Let me tell you that. All right. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll be right back. I got some worst stories for baseball, hot or not kind of situation here. I got a few storylines I want to go over. Let's go over it next here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Listen to your Fresno Grizzlies on ESPN Radio. That's right. Select games will be on 1430 and 790 ESPN Radio, your local sports leader. The Fresno Grizzlies at Chikchansi Park are always entertaining. Now hear them compete on the radio. Spending your time at the ballpark with the family is always a great time, so be sure to check out as many home games as you can this season. Check out 1430ESPNFresno.com for game times and more. And keep it right here on 1430 ESPN Radio, your local sports leader.
So, Dad, Mom says you're both retiring next year.
That's right. Finally time to start doing all the things we've been saving for.
I love it. Have you figured out how to convert your 401ks and investments into income for that?
Actually, I have no idea how to do that. I guess I better figure it out so I can start spending your inheritance.
Just call Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management. I met one of their advisors at a 401k meeting. Then I had them do a complete financial plan for me.
Your mom and I could use that kind of help. But why Thiessen Duker?
Well, they're different. They use innovative software designed to show you a detailed picture of your finances. And their advisors work as a team to evaluate your retirement options from all angles. They can help you and Mom, just like they helped me.
Huh. I guess I should call Thiessen Duker.
Right. And about my inheritance, go ahead and spend it. I'm good.
The advisors of Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
What happens when your determination to advance your career meets online education? More than you ever thought possible. At Fresno Pacific University, we're committed to our mission. We're committed to you. That's why we're continually bringing new programs online. Complete your bachelor's or master's degree in a format that works for you. Discover what's possible at Fresno Pacific University. Learn more at online.fpu.edu.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri-Enterprises. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions. Summer temperatures and droughty conditions are rapidly approaching in the Central Valley, which isn't ideal for farming. These environmental stresses can impact yields significantly. So how do we fight against this? At Helena, we have a product called Megafol. Megafol contains a precision blend of plant extracts that improves crop vitality and helps defend against environmental stressors like heat and drought. So how does it work? Simply put, the plant extracts in Megafol upregulate genes that produce specific proteins in the crop. More of these proteins means the crop can function at a higher level under stress conditions and less energy is spent on recovery. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions.
Warmer days and special occasions are on the way. Is your wardrobe ready? Jones Cleaning Center has you covered. Fast, reliable, and hassle-free. Use Fresno's only 24-hour self-service pickup and drop-off drive-thru. Drop off by 9 a.m. and enjoy same-day service at no extra cost. From suits to sundresses and comforters to table linens, they'll get it all fresh and ready. Jones Cleaning Center, Fresno's top dry cleaning and laundry service for over 55 years. On Palm, just north of Herndon in Fresno, or online at jonescleaning.com.
The Fashion Furniture experience includes all of the latest innovations in youth furniture, from bunk beds to homework desks, storage to study. It's the most imaginative use of space you've ever seen. If you're looking for youth furniture options, check out the Kids World collection at Fashion Furniture. There's nothing like it in all of California. On El Paso across from River Park.
Back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. We are here live, like I said, first hour of our show, and we were in a heated discussion talking about Giants baseball because you can tab me as the doom and gloom guy. I'm more of just the realistic guy, you know. But I just frankly am I'm sick and tired of what I'm seeing, and I'm sure a lot of Giants fans are too. And you can be the eternal optimist. That's fine for you, and that's something that you can use to cope. But I am here simply telling you what the reality is. And right now, the reality is this is a mediocre baseball team that's trying to scrap into the playoffs, and that's fine if that's what you want. Sure, but this Giants team was a winner 3 out of 5 World Series not too long ago. And so expectations and where things are set and how this proud franchise should hold itself, I frankly believe the standards should be higher. Should be higher than a lot of other franchises out there, let's be honest with you, that have not won as many World Series in as many successive years. I'm looking at you, Dodgers. I'm looking at you, Yankees. You know what I mean? So that's simply where I'm coming from. I come from it with the idea that I just want this team to be better. Anyways, okay. Lot of interesting things coming out of baseball in general this weekend as far as news is concerned. I picked up 3 big stories over the weekend from baseball, and I want to ask if it is a big deal or not big deal as far as a story is concerned for baseball. Jorge and Julia are here, and we can kind of have this discussion, and we'll discuss as far as it's concerned. But I'll ask this, where do we start? I think I'd start with, is it a big deal or not a big deal? Aaron Judge's elbow injury. Big deal or not big deal for the sport of baseball to not have Aaron Judge be playing baseball for a while?
I think it's a big deal. I think it definitely gets, we all want to see dingers. And one of the guys that brings the most out of, being at the plate is definitely him. I don't know. Missing him at the plate is gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be hard for the Yankees, but overall, I think the whole baseball's gonna miss him being at the plate.
Yeah, Julia, what about you? Judge out with an injury, a flexor strain that it sounds like they're hoping he's gone 10, 15 days, but I don't know what you can do as far as trusting that to be a quick return. How do you feel about the Aaron Judge injury this weekend?
Yeah, I feel like this is a big topic in baseball. I feel like Aaron Judge being hurt is a really big deal, and I feel like you say 10 days, but do you really want to only keep him out for 10 days and put him in the position to hurt himself again? So I feel like it's just a really tricky situation, and it's really unfortunate. Like Jorge said, not only for the Yankees, but for all of baseball.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Yankees manage it. And Judge, like I said, has been having an MVP-type season. I do think if he's out for a couple of weeks, I think he's still the MVP frontrunner. It's just a little closer with what Cal Raleigh has been doing, which, by the way, he is just hitting more home runs. He's up to, I think, 41 home runs now. Last I checked, Cal Raleigh. For the MLB MVP race or AL MVP race. I don't know if it's as big a deal as a lot of people are saying. I think Yankee fans are claiming that the sky was falling. Aaron Judge, he's as good as anybody in the sport, and I think a lot of people are going to miss having him out there for the regular basis, but I do believe that I don't think this is as big of a deal as it can be. It could have been a big deal because if he needed Tommy John, it sounded like he would have had to play DH, and then the Yankees would have had to figure out how to platoon. Giancarlo Stanton's going to go play outfield now? That would have been crazy for the Yankees, who, by the way, just commit more errors than anybody in the history of baseball, I feel like, as far as the baseball team is concerned. So there's that. All right, how about this next story from baseball? Big deal or not big deal? Emmanuel Clase, who is now the second Cleveland Guardian to be placed on this non-disciplinary suspension list in terms of a gambling probe by baseball. But if you don't remember, I think is Luis Ortiz is the other pitcher who was involved in a gambling probe, and he's suspended for a little bit as far as that's concerned. But now Clase seems to be wrapped up in this. Is it a big deal or not a big deal that we have 2 pitchers from the same team that is facing potential suspension for gambling?
I think it's a big deal. I think definitely they're going to start finding more and more people gambling, whether it's, for not necessarily in their games, not necessarily, but just overall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
That's a very thin line. And baseball's going to have a big deal in their hands because if one of these players ever does do, a betting on his own team or his own plays, it's going to open up a can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this kind of plays out, right? Because what's interesting is Clase is a trade target, or at least was. Now he's no longer going to be available on the trade market as far as that's concerned because nobody's going to be wanting him. Julia, big deal or no big deal with this Clase Ortiz potential betting thing that's going on with one team, the Guardians?
Yeah, I feel like this is a big deal, especially for the Guardians. I mean, he's going to be out till, I believe it's August 31st as of right now, and that's a long time. And so I feel like not only is this hurting them, you're definitely going to find more players probably on the Guardians, but also on other teams. They just haven't been caught yet.
It's going to be so what's weird about this Class A thing is he also has been having one of his worst seasons as a pitcher. And the notable bet that Luis Ortiz got in trouble with is first pitch strikes, 2 at-bats. It sounds like he purposely looked like he threw some pitches that were non-competitive in first pitches. Emmanuel Clase has like 20 of them, I think I read in a statistic, of non-competitive first pitch balls in at-bats this year, which is by far one of his highest numbers he's ever had as a pitcher who recorded a superlative 1.84 ERA over his past 5 seasons. Now he's at a 3.23 ERA. If this is what it indicates to me, which is players are utilizing the prop bets that are supposedly tied in with them into their own gain, as far as that's concerned with baseball, suddenly things get a lot more dicey for baseball as far as in general in sports when it comes to the control they have with the players that could be tempted by the idea of potentially getting involved in this kind of things. Remember when Pete Rose was doing this? I don't think player props were a thing. I don't know. It might have been a thing, but it wasn't as widely spread as a thing. It was win or lose. That was quite simply where the bet was as far as that's concerned. But now that there's so many micro bets you can make in baseball in any sort of form or fashion, it is quite simply plausible that guys in a locker room could convince themselves they could get away with something like this. I'm not indicting Emmanuel Clase into this situation, but it raises a red flag of, if this is where they have discovered it, where could it be discovered later in other locker rooms, or is this isolated to the to the Cleveland Guardians? That's the big question to me, and it makes me nervous of where we are going to see this kind of evolve over the next few years, because there could be a lot more out there. Are you guys feeling the same vibe I'm catching? Because I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the sport and where that thing is kind of going.
Like I said, it's a thin line, and the moment you cross that, there's no going back. Baseball, for a reason, they banned any type of betting, because it just, even if it's not bad, and there's looks, there ways of going about it, and it's gonna put the game in a place where you just are not gonna be able to play it.
All right. Here's our last story of the are you concerned or not concerned, worried or not worried storyline here for baseball. Written today, Jeff Passan putting out a article this morning, talking about how Bryce Harper, apparently last week in a meeting with MLB Baseball, told Rob Manfred, who brought up the idea of potential implementation of a salary cap, and Bryce Harper said, quote, "Get the F out of our clubhouse," and you know what the F word is. The confrontation came in a meeting, one of the 30 that Manfred conducts annually in an effort to improve his relations with every team players. It lasted more than an hour. Concerned or not concerned about the tenor of what Bryce Harper felt about that situation and where we could potentially go with these CBA negotiations? Maybe we'll start with Julia here.
Yeah, I feel like the situation with Harper, I don't think is necessarily a huge deal, him saying that. But on the other hand, I do think that this in itself could lead to lockouts and things like that, and I think that is a big deal. I just think Harper kind of getting an attitude is just a player just, having an attitude. I don't think that specifically is that big of a deal.
Do you feel like the tenor of the message on that, if even being approached by the commissioner, that the idea of this, which I believe fans believe can fix the sport in some form or fashion, and a player coming with that kind of language to the MLB commissioner, does that concern you of where we could potentially face the potential lack of baseball we have next year?
No, it doesn't concern me, but I think the players wants to, the thing is that they've been forced into this idea of like the league is your friend when they're not doing the right by the players. There's a lot of things they want to do, and they collectively they ask for, and they only get parts of that thing. Why? Because the league doesn't really want to do that, because it would cost too much money, or the owners wouldn't get the revenue that they mostly want, and then the players are left out without what they want. Now, I don't think it's bad that they tell the commissioner, get the hell out of here, in other words, but because he shouldn't be there anyways. This is a player's thing. Our players are going to do what they're going to do. And if the commissioner's still going to be there, then, yeah, there's definitely going to be some lack of baseball next season.
I'm majorly concerned because if that's where the starting point of the conversation is in terms of this potentially fixing the baseball side of things, then I don't know where the solutions will come from as far as that's concerned.
Maybe this is a wake-up for the commissioner and the league to, take a step back. Take a step back and just let the players do their thing, and then you could come in.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, Rob Manfred openly admitted at All-Star break that baseball is not in a sustainable place right now. Like, the business model of baseball is not sustainable just because of the lucrative spending by a few teams and the lack of spending by others, and where the revenue share sits as far as the media deal is concerned. The current media deal that sits right now, which is, I believe, one of the few sports that still mainly localizes its broadcast, can no longer sustain itself because all of those local broadcast entities are bankrupt.
Well, when they go back and they do deals with Roku and Apple TV for partial part of the money that ESPN or these other companies were paying them, yeah. Why? Because they want to be more available to the people, but they have no idea how to counteract it in dollars, what they're worth. And they're leaving money on the table. So the big players like ESPN are saying, you know what, maybe baseball's not worth having.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to pay it. I mean, how many baseball games do you see on ESPN now?
Yesterday's broadcast was horrendous on the Giants side. I'm sorry. I hated that broadcast. I hated that I was forced to watch that broadcast last night.
And it was supposed to be, and they got picked to be one of the games of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, baseball's got to change something. And if there's a lockout, there's a lockout, and it's going to be for the better.
I think baseball players have this fundamental feeling that they're sitting here basically crying bull bleep on the owners, saying that there's not enough money. They're gonna want to wait to see if the owners are blinking and see if this is actually an unsustainable thing. And what's fascinating about this is that baseball players are willing to bet on it and lose money on it, based off of the idea that owners just simply cannot be the cash cows that they feel like they have to be when it comes to owning a baseball team.
You gotta start looking at it like the way, the MLB or MLS looked at it. They weren't making money with, broadcasts here and there. What did they do?
Mm-hmm.
They went international. They started playing more games with Mexican teams and with other teams around, and got more audience and people watching on TV, making more money.
Well,
you could say that you could go a little bit more international with your baseball rights. Have people around the world watching baseball, not just here.
Nick,
NBA is doing the same thing.
Yeah. In this article, Jeff Passan writes, players of multiple teams told ESPN they've used meetings with Manfred to press him on the lack of payroll spending by certain teams going into this season. The gap between luxury tax payrolls of the highest spending team, the Dodgers, which are more than $400 million, and lowest spenders were the Marlins, which are just under $86 million, raised ire among fans and made salary caps a far bigger part of the rhetoric surrounding the game than in previous years. The problem is fans with the salary cap. Owners want the cap. Players want the salary floor. I don't know how you find an agreement to agree that one has to exist while the other doesn't. You know? And it may kill baseball next year as far as that's concerned of where the popularity of the sports goes, because I feel like people are enjoying the sport. I have more friends talking about baseball than I've ever had watching the sport. But in the same vein, momentum is such a massive thing in this thing. And I just, you can red stamp it to me. I just don't believe we have baseball next year. I really don't believe it now with the tenor of this conversation.
I mean, there are exciting players out there. There are exciting teams to watch. And I mean, you're a fan of a team, and there's people that go to baseball games. But if you look at it, the people that go to baseball games or the teams that get the most people are the people that spend the more money. I mean, if you said it, LA always has a packed house. Well, the Marylands barely get 1,000 people.
It's not like Miami doesn't have money.
Right?
The city of Miami is, there's money everywhere, folks. Don't tell me there's not money.
They don't spend money.
It's usually got the wrong people in management because they want to make the bottom dollar of it. There's money in Kansas City. There's money in Oakland. There's money in Seattle. There's money everywhere.
Or not Oakland, Sacramento.
Okay. I'm still, regardless. Hell, you know how much I complain about my team and how much lack of spending their money. We're banking on Abraham Toro to be our starting first baseman to push a playoff run. And honestly, I'm starting to believe we can. But that's simply just a weird place to be as far as a franchise is concerned, where you can kind of root for teams. Anyways, fascinating, few stories there. I just wanted to touch on that while we sit in this first hour. Okay, coming up next, my thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2. We'll hear it next on 1430 ESPN, Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Roger Dunn has the new Callaway Paradigm AI smoke drivers to take your game to the next level. State-of-the-art technology. They've created the most advanced driver face in the history of Callaway Golf. The AI Smart Face is designed to create a sweet spot, and not just the center, but all over the face. AI smoke drivers, fairway irons, and putters. The AI smoke driver, it's sweeter from every spot. Paradigm AI smoke drivers. Remember, you're always number one at Roger Dunn.
Fresno, get ready to dance. Shakira is bringing her Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran World Tour to Valley Children's Stadium this fall. Experience the global icon live. It all goes down Thursday, August 7th. This will be one unforgettable night. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't wait. Shakira Live in Fresno will sell out fast.
Home office. It started a few years ago at the kitchen table. Then, many of us turned our third bedrooms into functional workspace with every kind of technology imaginable. The home office selection at Fresno's Fashion Furniture, including the most beautiful desks, chairs, file cabinets, and accessories available. Check out the home office selection at Fresno's Fashion Furniture. There's nothing like it in all of California.
From the roar of the Bulldog Stadium to the crack of the bat at Biden Field, Fresno State pride runs deep. And so does Precision Civil Engineering's commitment to the Central Valley. Voted 2024's best engineering firm by the Business Journal, Precision Civil Engineering brings your project to life with expert planning, surveying, engineering, and more. Proud supporters of Fresno State Athletics. Go Diamond Dogs. Go Dogs. Visit precisioneng.net today.
Welcome to A+ Signs.
Thanks. Yeah, I need some custom exterior signs for my business.
Great. What's the name of your business?
C+ Signs.
Wait, you own a sign company?
Yep, C+ Signs.
And you want us, A+ Signs, to make your signs?
Yeah, I need them really fast, and we can't touch our turnaround times.
We are kind of known for that.
For signs that stop traffic, drive traffic, and even direct traffic, call A+ Signs.
Remember, A+ has great technicians to service and repair signs, too.
Yeah, we got a guy, but he's afraid of ladders.
Take me out to the ball game.
Baseball is back, and it doesn't get any better than the Fieldhouse Sports Bar and Grill, indoors or on the patio. Root for your team while enjoying their famous burgers, dogs, and fries. And did you know they have the coldest beer in town? No, seriously. With 16 draft beers on tap, served in an ice-cold pint, it'll sure get you cool for the summer. The Fieldhouse Sports Bar and Grill, food, sports, fun on Copper Avenue at the entrance to the beautiful Copper River Ranch.
From breezy linen to performance polos, the Patrick James Summer Collection defines cool, effortless style. It's where classic West Coast spirit meets modern refinement. Discover timeless looks from brands like Faraday, Johnny O, Martin Dingman, alongside staples from Tommy Bahama, Robert Graham, and our signature Patrick James line. Made for the man who values quality, confidence, and the art of dressing well. Patrick James, California's sophistication. On Shaw, inside Fresno's Fig Garden Village.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Wrapping up hour number 1 of our show. All right, folks, if you haven't watched it yet, the internet sensation movie that is taking over the world, or I don't know, it's surprisingly polarizing from what I've seen on Twitter and on social media accounts. The movie I'm talking about is Happy Gilmore 2. I've seen a range of everybody really enjoying it to some people calling it the worst movie I've ever watched. It's quite an interesting spectrum of people. I don't know where a lot of people land on it. I watched it last night. Jorge, I understand you watched it over the weekend. Julia, you still have yet to watch it, so this is your blind review so far. I'm hoping you get a chance to watch it at some point this week. Happy Gilmore 2. And yes, it's interesting to see where people land. My official thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2 is I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I thoroughly thought it was so funny, especially the professional golfers in this movie. I enjoyed every single cameo that was involved in that. I thought every line uttered by some of the people who you could clearly tell were very uncomfortable acting. We're not there to be actors, but to be cameo extras in the movie. I thought it all worked. I know it's a silly story, and it shouldn't work as far as that's concerned, but, you know, I went into it wanting a dumb, funny movie, and I have that affinity for Happy Gilmore 1 when it came out when I was a kid. And so, to me, I thought it worked. I thought it was phenomenal. I shut my brain off for 2 hours. I really enjoyed it. Jorge, I know you watched the movie. What were your thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I think I like the first one better. I do enjoy this one though. I think the story is not as it's not as well put as the first one, you know. But if you're comparing things, you know, it's a little bit different, and times change, and you know, I grew up watching the old ones, so it's just it's in my heart. I really had some really good laughs.
Yeah,
because there was some hilarious parts on there. The cameos on there are amazing.
Who was your favorite cameo of the movie?
Probably, you know what? Dan Patrick is Pat Dan.
Pat or Pat?
Pat.
I don't know what his
name was. Pat Dan.
Pat Dantrick or something. I don't know.
Something like
something
that.
Stupid like that.
But I didn't, because he always talks about coming out on Sandler's movies.
Yeah.
But he rarely does. I think he was on one of his movies. But seeing him there, I was like, okay.
Him working out, watching the golf tournament,
yeah.
and like him doing like the like all by himself in the gym while like everybody else looks at him and like, what are you doing, dude? That's a funny part.
Stephen A. Smith too was there. So some of those, I think there was one line where the golfers are at dinner and would you like a half steak, half have a lemonade.
He's like, no, do you want an Arnold Palmer? He's like, an Arnold Palmer? You're like, no, I'm actually Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, but I get that all the time.
Julie, have you watched Happy Gilmore 1 at least? Have you watched the original?
I have watched it, and I very much liked it, so I am looking forward to watching this one.
I think everybody talks about the Bad Bunny performance in this movie.
Yeah.
Eminem
was so
Eminem got a great. I thoroughly enjoyed John Daly. I think John Daly. If I had to sit in all the cameos, if I had to go with all the cameos, I thought John Daly was every time I cackled with John Daly was on the screen.
It feels like he just played himself. I know that's like his
it's a lampoonish version of himself.
Yeah,
I don't imagine John Daly's actually huffing hand sanitizer.
But it feels like if you would see his career and the way he was smoking in the course and wearing all this colorful stuff, and you would think that's
he's just crazy Uncle John. When they're like talking to the kids, they're like, make sure you feed John Daly 3 times a day while I'm gone. It's like treating John Daly like the crazy uncle that lives in the garage. It's hilarious stuff. Happy Gilmore 2, highly recommend, and just turn off your brain, folks. Don't be super critical of movies. I don't understand the hate at all about that.
Yeah, I don't get the hate. I don't know.
I think people just rage just to rage. They just want to have a different opinion. I enjoyed it. You enjoy it. Happy Gilmore 2. Perfect. Just a perfect film for me. All right. End of hour 1. Hour 2 coming up next on 1430 ESPN. Hey guys, Phil Bennoti here to say a big thank you to all that participated in our Student Athlete of the Week program. It has been an amazing year of sports, and we have seen some fantastic achievements in and outside of the classroom. We want to thank all of our sponsors throughout the season, including a big thank you to the Fieldhouse, who is hosting this year's Student Athlete of the Year banquet. Be sure to swing by the Fieldhouse for all their daily food specials Monday through Friday. Student Athlete of the Week will return next season. We look forward to honoring the next wave of athletes in the Central Valley.
Are you tired of waiting forever for your prescriptions? Grizzly Pharmacy is here to tame your healthcare needs. We fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less, always accepting new patients, and enjoy free delivery to your home or workplace in Fresno and Clovis. We accept all major insurance, including Medi-Cal, Blue Cross, and Optum Rx. For our Fresno location, please call 559-424-0423 or visit grizzlypharmacy.com for more information.
Hey guys, Phil Bennoti here from Behind the Bench to tell you about my friends at Clovis Truck Center. That's right, you've heard me talk about getting ready for the summer. Well, now it's here. And if you still haven't gotten those things you need, quit slacking off. That's right, I'm talking to you. Get your vehicle ready for some summer fun, especially around the 4th of July weekend. Clovis Truck Center offers roof racking not just for trucks, but for SUVs and cars as well, so you can bring all that gear you need for that weekend getaway. They can also get you ready for towing as well, whether it's for that RV or boat that you plan to take up to the lake on a hot summer weekend. And if you're in a pinch, Clovis Truck Center can have you in and out as quickly as the same day with all they provide. They have all the things you need in stock, so it's right there in the shop. No waiting on a part to be shipped in and out the same day. Be sure to stop by Clovis Truck Center today, just located south of the Clovis Rodeo Grounds in Old Town Clovis. Remember, they're the first, the biggest, and still the best in the Central Valley.
Are you a business owner struggling to understand how cloud technology can help your business? Are you in need of computer and technology support for your employees? M-Cubed Technologies is your solution for fully managed IT services. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. M-Cubed will be your partner in the digital world, allowing your business to carry on worry-free. We specialize in cloud hosting, Microsoft 365 management, general IT support, and VoIP phone services. Call M-Cubed Technologies today to discuss our partnerships.
Whether you're planning a special event or simply craving something new, Lynn's Restaurant Group has a variety of dining options to suit any occasion. If you're in the mood for fine dining, Oisa offers a refined Japanese experience. Looking for something quick and delicious? Ramen Hayashi serves up satisfying bowls of ramen in no time. Craving variety? Lynn's Fusion has an endless all-you-can-eat experience with options for everyone. No matter the occasion, Lynn's Restaurant Group makes every meal memorable. Visit lynsrestaurantgroup.com to learn more.
Welcome to Banyan Tree, Fresno's favorite dispensary. Voted 2025's Best of Central California's People's Choice Award. Need some healing and relaxation? From flower to edibles, concentrate to vapes, we've got top shelf products at down-to-earth prices. Whether you're a seasoned smoker or just kinda curious, our knowledgeable staff will help you find your perfect match. So climb the Banyan Tree and see how high you can get today. Order ahead at banyantreefresno.com for quick and easy pickup. Banyan Tree, rooted in quality, grown in Fresno.
Sports fans of the Central Valley, are you ready to step up your game day grilling? Step into the Butcher Boss and discover winning flavors the champions crave. Ask about their 5 for $35 deal, where you can feed up to 5 people for $35 every day. Located right off the 41 north of Avenue 11, stop by the Butcher Boss today and become the boss of your barbecue.
You're listening to the home of the San Francisco Giants, KFIG Fresno, 1430 ESPN.
I'm Nick DeLuca, Coach Prime getting past cancer. Colorado head coach Deion Sanders meeting with the media today after an extended absence from Colorado football this offseason. His medical team announcing he had successful treatment for bladder cancer to deal with the tumor. Sanders saying he will continue coaching this season. Colorado opens the year on August 29th against Georgia Tech. In baseball, Yankees own a half-game lead for the top AL wildcard spots, but are without MVP Aaron Judge for the next week plus. With his flexor strain, ESPN Radio's Clinton Yates says the Yanks are in a tough situation.
This is officially touch and go with Aaron Judge, in my opinion. Disputes over the lineup, no real position to play when he gets back, per se. I do not like this for this young man. Wishing him the best as far as it heals, but you can hear a little frustration in his voice. He's referring to taking medicine to clean something up. It's a UCL, brother. You can't screw around with that.
Yates on Clinton and Friends. Yankees open a 4-game set with the Rays tonight. Tampa making a trade pregame, finalizing a deal to send catcher Danny Jansen to the Brewers. Jansen hitting .204 with 11 homers along with some really good defense this season. Brewers begin a 3-game set with the Cubs tonight, tied atop the NL Central. Really good pitching matchup in that one. Matthew Boyd going for Chicago. Jacob Mizorowski on the bump for the Brewers. Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase placed on non-disciplinary paid leave as part of an MLB sports betting investigation.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Tuesday with the MLB trade deadline approaching, I'll tell you which teams need to make moves if they have any hope to reach the World Series. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again in anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
20th head coach in Fresno State history here, Matt. Is it hard to believe sometimes still, the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly here over the course of the last 5-6 weeks. But super excited to be here.
Phil Bennoti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That's right. Behind the Bench, hour 2 of our show as we are here. 3 hours taking you up to Giants pregame against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's right. The Pirates in San Francisco. Giants baseball coming up 6:45 with a pregame there and 7:15, pregame at 6:15. First pitch at 6:45. I got my days mixed up. I apologize. There we go. 6:15 pregame from San Francisco. 6:45 first pitch against the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right. We are in hour number 2. Johnny Bravo is going to be joining us in about 10-ish minutes or so. We'll see Johnny Bravo in studio talking Fresno Grizzlies baseball, which is going to be interesting to talk about because this team has been playing very good baseball of late. And so Johnny's going to set the table for us all here on what you can expect as the Grizzlies back at home for the first time in a few weeks as they take on Rancho Cucamonga. So the Dodgers affiliate in town starting tomorrow with their homestand. We'll get into that later. Talking about it right now, a couple of topics that have come across my timeline. Men's Health put out a cover that showed Luka Doncic very slimmed down. Some say he's lost 25 pounds and has put on a lot of muscle, looks a little leaner, looks a little ready to go. I'm very curious if Luka Doncic got bullied into this, just being in SoCal now, or if this is the new Luka that's going to look good for basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers. I know everyone made fun of his fitness, or at least the Dallas Mavericks tried to create this narrative of his fitness being a talking point in terms of him being a trade asset for them. But now seems like Luka is looking a little better. Is it a big deal or not a big deal that Luka Doncic looks better and looks more healthy and leaner as a basketball player?
I think it's a big deal for him. I mean, I don't know how much of a big deal it is for the Lakers, but it's good for him because, you know, his image has always been of a guy who's a little bit, you know, heavier. He's not fat at all, but like he's in the heavier side. So if he looks slim and, you know, back to when he was like 19 and coming out of Europe, and you feel like, you know, maybe that's just, you know, being in a different team, in a different environment, and people looking at other people who are doing different things, and thinking, why haven't I done that?
I worry a little bit about the lean, muscly kind of body, though, sometimes, because unless you're LeBron, who was just built like out of a lab, sometimes to me, especially if Luka is a guy who invites contact a lot to what he's doing, sometimes you need a little bit of that body fat when you're landing to make yourself feel a little bit better. Instead of getting hurt all the time. I worry that sometimes when you're leaner, you invite more opportunity for injury. I'm no scientist, but I feel like that's what usually happens when a guy becomes a little more muscly, a little more leaner in that sense, and it doesn't have the weight and the ability to kind of move some people around as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, but I feel like his injuries force him to be a little bit faster, you know, get that weight off so that, you know, his injuries don't feel as much as they, or aren't as you know, a constant as they used to be.
Mm-hmm. What about Julie? Have you ever kind of seen the correlation of this in athletes? Sometimes when a guy gets a little more into the leaner muscle side as far as the body fat side of things. I don't know. I find it fascinating sometimes when it comes to this. Do you think leaner Luka is a better Luka? I'm not convinced it is.
See, I think it is a better Luka because I think he's trying to create maybe this new persona for himself, give himself some more confidence, and be like, I'm a new player going on to this new team, kind of a fresh start. So I think that for him, this is a good thing.
Okay. It's going to be interesting to watch, and obviously we'll need to see where the basketball sense of things. I'm trying to remember. I think someone else tried to work on being leaner, and it just did not work as something. I'm trying to remember in basketball. I think somebody else had this concept in it. It just did not translate in the way that I think people hoped as far as their performance is concerned. But I'm vaguely having this memory of somebody doing that.
Shaq?
Just Shaq getting lean. When did Shaq get lean? I don't think Shaq's
He never got lean.
Shaq's never been lean. Come on. Shaq.
I mean, maybe when he was in his
he notoriously showed up out of shape, and he said he didn't get into shape until January of the NBA season.
That's true. Yeah, he would say that.
Yeah. So Shaq's never in shape. Gosh, I don't know. I'm losing my mind as far as lean is concerned. So maybe I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, I just thought that'd be an interesting.
I think it's more of a strategy for him to just different plays. You know, more not necessarily fit in, but feel more comfortable where you're at.
Yeah. Interesting. Maybe it's just the South Beach diet. That's just
the South Beach.
Yeah, or not the South Beach. The
LA.
The LA diet.
Atkins.
The Atkins.
The Atkins.
Yeah, Luka got on the Atkins. All right. Talking about athletes who eat well. Let's talk about Nick Kurtz for a little bit here, because I don't talk A's baseball much, but are they the most exciting team below 20 games below 500 that I've seen in a while? How about sweeping the Houston Astros this past weekend? 4-game sweep over Houston, and Nick Kurtz doing something that's even rarer than a perfect game in my mind, or statistically, it is more rare than a perfect game thrown. A 4-homer game, 6 for 6. I believe the RBI total was, he had 19 total bases, which is tied for the most ever in a baseball game with Sean Green, who did it against Milwaukee. And now I firmly believe Nick Kurtz has taken over the Rookie of the Year conversation over his teammate, Jacob Wilson, who we were talking about an all-star starter, shoe-in all-star AL Rookie of the Year. But do the A's have the most exciting 20 game below 500 team I've ever seen in baseball? I think they are. I think they are. I feel like they're must-watch television at this point because you never know what you're going to see with Oakland. Or excuse me, the A's. Whatever.
Athletics.
The Athletics.
They're not Sacramento Athletics. They're just Athletics.
No, they're not Sacramento. They're ATH. They're ATH. Julia, what are your thoughts on did you watch the highlights of the Nick Kurtz 4-homer game?
Yeah, I did. And I mean, the Athletics are never a team that I was really excited to watch in a sense. But I feel like they're really interesting now, especially with these 2 new rookies. It's young. It's exciting. I feel like it has the same vibe as when we were talking about the Red Sox and the aura that they kind of have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Does it count if you hit a home run, one of your 4 home runs off of a position player? That was a big, a much to do about the whole statistic basis of the game.
What do you mean if it counts?
Like, he hit one of the home runs off a position player. And then people are saying there should be an asterisk to his 4-homer game.
Nah, it's a home run. Did it go over the fence?
Yeah.
What are we talking about then? Why are we putting all this things now?
I know.
It's a home run.
I want to look back at the Shohei 4-homer game last year because that was the game he broke the 50-50 record, I believe, that ridiculous game. So we've had 2 years in a row of back-to-back 4-homer games, and I'm trying to remember if Shohei hit it off of a position player because MLB would come out and kill anybody who tries to figure out if that happened, right? They'll try to silence me. They'll try to pull us off air because I will blaspheme against their one and only, Shohei Ohtani, who, by the way, congrats, Shohei, hitting a meaningless home run in the first inning in Saturday's game against the Red Sox. Let's go. Fox showed it about 35 times. I'm telling you, Garrett Crochet was under his assessment of how many times they showed the Shohei homer to start the baseball game on Saturday. Now I'm just going against them.
You did it against the Marlins, right?
Yeah, it was against the Miami Marlins. I believe it was a getaway day, so I think it was the last game of the series in Miami. So whatever the last game of the series in Miami was for the Dodgers last year, I'm trying to, if there was a position player that was pitching for the Marlins, then nobody has any room to complain about what Nick Kurtz did last Friday because Shohei did the same thing. And I need to know this, and I need to know if I have any ground to stand on to be mad about or if somebody actually has a valid argument. So
I'm watching the game, but I can't see who the pitcher is.
Can't you let's go to the box score. I'm going to see if I can do this right now. I'm live on air. We're doing a live Google search. Let's see. Shohei 4-homer game. Let's see. It was the 5 for 5 where he went for 50. Let's see where we got it here. Let's see. Yeah, nobody's. Why is Google stinks? Can I just say that right now? Google might kill me. Google stinks. I'm telling you right now, Google can't get me anything I want. Anything I want right now as far as Google search here is because what am I trying to find? I Google Shohei Ohtani 4-home run game, and it shows me hits leadoff home run in NLCS Game 4. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Google? I'm trying to find the game where he hit 4 home runs, and Google has no idea what the hell I'm talking about. This is asinine. This is crazy. I'm losing my mind. All right. Anyways, I just wanted to talk how amazing that Nick Kurtz game was. This guy's a bona fide superstar, and unfortunately, he's going to be an A for about 4 years, and then he'll be traded to the Yankees or some sort of other organization that won't deserve him because the A's continue to operate the way they do. It just makes the A's a lot more interesting, though. I'll tell you that. This is so much fun to watch the A's play. It's just so much fun to watch the A's plays.
It was last year, right?
Yeah, it was last year's game. The 50-50 club game. So I'm trying to find – I can't find a damn box score anywhere for this thing. So maybe let's do some research in the break, and we'll talk about it later. Because I want
20-4 game.
September 19th, 2024.
Yeah,
I need that. I found it. You have it?
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on.
Let's see if we can get who was the last pitcher of the game for the Marlins.
Trying to open up the box score.
We can do this.
Okay, for the Marlins, right?
Pitcher. Who was the last pitcher for the Marlins in that game?
So they had
September 19th.
Cabrera, Veneciano, Soriano, Bowman, Brujan, and Pereda.
Brujan? Vidal Brujan?
Yeah.
Who was a position player, was pitching for the Marlins?
Yeah.
All right, we found our smoking gun. That's it. Pereda? Brujan? Yes.
Pereda didn't get a home run.
It was Vidal Brujan, noted third baseman for the Chicago Cubs, who gave up the fourth Shohei home run. So anybody who has any gripes about Nick Kurtz's four-homer game being invalid because he hit it off a position player, I will argue the same thing to Shohei Ohtani from last year. So nobody talk to me about that. Yeah, there we go.
The last two pitchers were, one was a catcher and the other one was Brujan.
Did he hit it off two position players? Are you telling me Shohei's four-homer game was off two position players? Is that what you're telling me, Jorge? Because I'm about to go nuclear.
Okay, so
all right. Well,
the last two were position players.
Let's get this research done. That'd be
a third baseman and a catcher.
Take it away, Shohei Ohtani, 4-home run game, fraud. That's what I'm saying on this airwaves right now. All right, coming up.
I wouldn't say fraud. I want to go.
He's a fraud. All he does is hit meaningless homers. I'm saying that blankly. All right. Anyways, let's take a break. We come back. Johnny Bravo in studio next.
Giants baseball is here.
Chapman, it's a drive out to left center field. At the wall, it is gone!
Your home for Giants baseball lives on 1430 ESPN Fresno.
Double play! And the inning is over.
Catch all the action, home and away, on the Central Valley sports leader. Giants baseball, brought to you by Patrick James, Pioneer Equipment, Der Manual Insurance, Ed Dinas, and Thiessen Duker.
No matter the time, morning, noon, or night, Black Bear Diner in Fresno has you covered. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served all day just the way you like it. At Black Bear Diner in Fresno, you can count on them serving up hearty portions that satisfy even the hungriest appetites. Plus, the little Cubs can enjoy their brand new Cubs Corner too. So gather your family and friends, bring your appetite, and make it a meal to remember at Black Bear Diner in Fresno, corner of Sean Marty. Black Bear Diner.
Summer is here, and the hottest deals are at Valley Pure. For premium indoor house flower to tasty edibles, smooth vapes, must-have concentrates, and refreshing cannabis drinks, we've got everything you love at prices that keep you coming back for more. Stock up for your summer fun with unbeatable discounts across all Valley Pure locations. Whether you're looking to relax, celebrate, or spark up some good vibes in the sun, Valley Pure has the deals to keep the season rolling with easy online ordering and curbside pickup right from the app.
Whoever it was that said rainy days are followed by rainbows and pots of gold definitely wasn't in the raisin business. Rain in the wrong place at the wrong time can be a disaster, a crop disaster, and a financial disaster. In short, it can mean there's no payday for all of your labor. Fortunately, it doesn't have to be that way. The solution? Crop insurance for raisins. Bowman & Associates, your local crop insurance specialist, has been writing raisin crop insurance for over 40 years. Bowman & Associates is one of the largest crop insurance agencies in the state and the nation. Call Roger, Kent, or Quinn Bowman today and let them design a policy customized to suit your individual growing needs. Time is running out to purchase raisin insurance. With the unstable weather patterns and the current low premium rates, now is the time to call Bowman & Associates at 499-2020. That's 499-2020.
Bowman & Associates, the crop insurance specialist.
License number OF64178.
It was 106 degrees. The Johnsons were sweating, and their AC, dead silent. But 2 doors down, the Millers, cool and comfortable. Why? They called Lee's Air for a $99 AC maintenance before summer started. We catch problems before they catch you. Don't sweat the heat. Beat it. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, guaranteed. Call now or schedule at leesair.com.
I make sure that we have plenty of parts for the service department and the customers in the front counter.
That's Al Carmona, parts manager at Pioneer Equipment Company.
A lot of farmers come in, they know what they want, and if they don't, we try to help as best as we can.
Pioneer carries a wide selection of Kubota, Land Pride, and Nelson parts. Stop by and see us in Fresno or Reedley. We'll get you a cup of coffee and the parts you need.
We have really good customers. Pioneer Equipment's a great place.
Visit pioneerequipmentca.com.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
To Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Pleased to be joined by our next guest here, who is trying to get the singes off his eyebrows from my hot takes earlier in the first break. But Johnny Bravo's in studio here. Johnny, good to have you. How you doing on this Monday?
I'm great, Phil. Like I told you when I walked in, that's a hard thing to follow up, but I'll do my best by bringing some Grizzlies knowledge.
Yes. I won't ask you if you think Shohei Ohtani's a fraud.
Again, as a Giants fan, you kind of understand where I sit, and we can leave it at that.
I know. All I say this is I was laughing at Garrett Crochet's comments. He was like, Fox played Shohei Ohtani's leadoff home run Saturday about 30 times. You'd think the Dodgers won the game 9-1.
Fantastic.
That's just how it goes. Anyways, speaking of a team that's winning a lot,
yeah,
Grizzlies, man. The Grizzlies are fantastic so far this second half. It's set up in a playoff position here. The hope is that it can sustain itself over the next month plus, and we haven't talked about this in a while about Grizzlies baseball in a possible position to make the playoffs. It's been fun. Unfortunately, a lot of it's on the road, and we're late. We're waiting to see the playoff kind of playing baseball here at home. Luckily, they'll be back tomorrow. But how exciting has it been to watch this team from afar, what they've been doing, and putting themselves in a position where you could have some extra games at your chancey?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great, man. I've been saying all year that this team has all the pieces. They just have to get hot at the right time, put it all together. And, I think we're really starting to see that. You're seeing a team that has won 6 of the 9 games out of the All-Star break, are now 3 games up on that playoff spot that we're fighting for right now. Only 1 game back of division leader San Jose right now, which, that team's been good all year, going to last year and all that. So to be able to, be right on that doorstep feels really, really good. And again, everything's clicking right now, right? You've got this Grizzlies team who are winning games that earlier in the year they might not have won, right? You're talking about some close games, some high-scoring games. We had a game where we blew out the Modesto Nuts 10-1. Like, all of a sudden, this team is stringing together wins that, you just like to see in a playoff potential. So we're feeling really, really great about the team coming home tomorrow.
Yeah, we had the game Thursday, a thriller by the Grizzlies, 6-5 win, back and forth, trading leads, tie ball game late. Grizzlies take the lead late, and they end up holding on. So that was exciting to bring that to people, which, I'll ask this. That was the last bit of Modesto Nuts baseball we will see against the Fresno Grizzlies. Did you get a little sentimental about it watching that series play out?
It feels weird, man, right? You're talking about this franchise, this organization who's been part of baseball in California for decades, right? And to be able to have John Thurman Field, I'm not sure what's going to happen with it after this year, but to know that the Grizzlies won't be playing there in the future definitely feels a little bit strange. Tim Slack, who is our play-by-play guy, was there all week, and he said it was definitely a little bit of a palpable sadness in the air. So you feel for them, you feel for the city of Modesto. Of course, the game of baseball is changing, right? As it's been kind of in a constant state of flux over the past 5 years or so. It's really sad to see. I know that maybe for some of our guys it doesn't quite strike a chord as much as some others. But yeah, definitely going to be a team we'll miss having in the California league, but extremely excited to see all the new fun stuff that will come with that new Ontario ballpark next year.
Absolutely. It's going to be fascinating to watch and where it all plays out from there. Another thing we didn't talk about since we've been on the break is it's an interesting aspect to baseball is the draft.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And so the Rockies making a splash with their first round pick. I think a lot of people are pointing at this player. Ethan Holiday is going to be interesting to watch. I'm not breaking any news here if he's coming to Fresno or not, but the Rockies with the top few picks here, this is an exciting time where maybe you could get some of these guys coming in for a little bit. What is it like this time of year to see these exciting new prospects potentially come in from the draft?
Yeah, I mean, it's always an exciting time of year as a baseball fan, right? And I think I'd say that first and foremost, where, as a baseball fan at my core, is so many of us in the front office, to see this new young stretch of players coming into the game. And yeah, some of them we'll get in Fresno, some of them we might not. We truly don't know, and we won't know for a little bit. A lot of these guys have to sign their contracts, go through physicals. The Rockies kind of take a look at, okay, this is who we've got. This is the place they're at right now. Maybe it does make sense to move up a couple of guys to Fresno or Spokane, kind of see what they have to offer. Some of the other guys, they'll just say, let's go ahead and have you stick around in Arizona, take the rest of the season to kind of work out a little bit and really see what kind of pieces we have in the draft. But as a baseball fan, it's really exciting, right? And I've said this time and time again coming on here, but by getting to watch single-A baseball in downtown Fresno, you get to see the future of the pros, right? And the future of the big leagues. And we saw that, 2 days ago with Warming Bernabel being called up by the Colorado Rockies, another key player who was in Fresno just a couple years ago is now, cutting his teeth, doing what he's doing at the highest level there is, right? So to be able to have, whether we get an Ethan Holiday or not, knowing that you have these young kids who are just excited to play baseball and are truly only a couple years away from taking that huge step, it's pretty unbelievable and something that you don't get to see a lot of places.
The future is here for sure.
Absolutely.
The future is here for the Fresno Grizzlies. And the eyes are on the future of what this homestand will look like for this Grizzlies side. We don't know much about Rancho Cucamonga. It's the first time we've seen them all year, and we're in late July, early August. First time the Grizzlies play them. They also play them on the road to close out the season. So what do we know about Rancho Cucamonga? I know this is a big Dodger draw as far as that's concerned. I know we have Dodger fans out there, and you can market to that as far as that's concerned, but it's an interesting squad to see come in here.
It is, and that's kind of one of the weird things with the North and South divisions and really with how the schedule is made up, right? You figure you've got these 6-game series. That means because of traveling and whatnot, you've got teams you see a bunch during the season, and then you've got a team like Modesto who, we saw them last week, and we won't see them again, even though we've got another, 6 series the rest of the year, right? So just kind of a weird makeup of the schedule. But yeah, you're talking a Dodgers affiliate, an affiliate in a really tightly contested South Division. So that's always really exciting. Yeah, not to bring it immediately back to getting to see the future of baseball, but if you're a Dodgers fan out there or even a Giants fan wanting to scout out the future competition, really cool opportunity to get to see all these young guys straight out of the gate. And their staff's fantastic. I mean, I think that's one of those things that, we've talked a lot about over the years of, how's the front office relationships, how the coaching staff's relationships, and their coaching staff's just truly, top class and just always really fun to have in the ballpark, as is their, play-by-play guy and all of that. So we're really looking forward to opening the doors for them.
Certainly. Very exciting to see what this team is capable of, especially against good competition. So let's talk about what we can expect this week at the ballpark. Of course, it all starts tomorrow, 6:50. Of course, Jorge, do you have the dates real quick of when we're airing some games this week? I have it I don't know if I have it at the top of my mind. He'll get back to us real quick on where those games are, so he'll chime in real quick on when we have those games on. Well, I think we have 3 this week. I know Thursday's a big food truck battle again. We're back again. What's the throwdown? You got a clue for what's the throwdown this Thursday?
I do. This week, guac the vote. So you're talking avocados, you're talking guacamole. It's going to be really, really special and kind of a more summery theme, right? Okay. So looking forward to that. And I think one of the fun things about these food truck throwdowns every week this year has been, even though we've got a theme, you don't necessarily know what they're bringing, right? Yeah. Where, we even had a carne asada throwdown a couple weeks ago that I thought, okay, it's tacos, right? It's got to be. And no, sure enough, there was tacos. There was also a carne asada enchiladas, nachos. There were loaded fries. So you never really know what these food trucks are going to bring up until the game itself. But yeah, theme this week is guacamole, guac the vote.
I know. I bump numbers up on the broadcast when I show up and do the taste test.
Of course, that's a given.
We had carne asada last time, and
so good.
I'll tell you, I was a winner no matter what I was tasting there. You got it, Jorge, for us?
So I left the schedule in my office.
Okay,
but we do have. And I know we have a Wednesday, a Thursday.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Wednesday's 14:30. Thursday 790.
Thursday 790.
And then a Saturday on 790.
Saturday
Sweet.
on 790. All right, a couple games on 790 for you, plus 14:30 on Wednesday. All right, good to have that. Friday.
Yep.
This is for a subsection of fandom.
Absolutely.
For your Grizzly fans, and maybe for people who don't know, what's in my Grizzlies era, Johnny?
Yeah, absolutely. So in my Grizzlies era night, is a tribute to an extremely, extremely popular pop star, of course, Taylor Swift, as well as, everything that comes around that music, right? So we'll have a friendship bracelet making station. We're absolutely encouraging fans to come bring their own, trade with fans, trade with staff members. We're going to have a couple of really nice photo opportunities, of course, Taylor Swift's music throughout the night, and then wraps up with Friday night fireworks show, of course, themed around Miss Swift's music. So, really celebrating that, and then, the incredible international phenomenon that is, the era's genre of music and all of that. So looking forward to it.
You're aware of my feud with Taylor Swift, right?
I don't know if I am, to be honest.
Hey, I'm not going to not sell your game. I'm going to.
Yeah,
I'm
of
going
course.
to Eras Night. I will be going.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you, quick story. I've said this numerous times on air. But delayed in an airport in Denver to the point where I had to stay overnight. Guess who was performing in Denver that night?
Taylor Swift.
I could not get a hotel room. I had to sleep in the airport because of that. Because hotels are $800 a night in Denver.
Well, that's a weird airport, right?
Yeah.
That's a weird airport to have to stay in, and
Tough airport to stay in. I had to sleep on a cot. I slept for an hour, and I decided, you know what? I'm actually just going to wake up and watch the entire final round of the Scottish Open.
Because why not?
Because
right?
I'm awake,
You're
and
awake.
I'm dying, and I can't sleep, and I had to chew gum to make my mouth feel better. Because I didn't have access to my toothbrush or toothpaste because it was in checked luggage.
Absolutely.
Folks, rookie move by me.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't think that's necessarily Taylor Swift's fault, or at least all of that, but I get it. And we know, it's, again, there's 66 home games a year, right?
Yes.
And we always try and, have something for everyone out at Chancey Park.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I know you will.
I'll be
Absolutely.
there. I don't know if I'm making a friendship bracelet.
Yes.
Maybe I need to. Maybe it'll cool down my ice cold heart.
Absolutely, it will make everything better. Yeah. Well, we'll have a special spot waiting for you at the friendship bracelet making stand.
Safe at home night.
Yeah.
I know with Joe Torre's foundation that's involved in that. What is Safe at Home night?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is heavily focused on domestic violence awareness and giving families and individuals tools in order to, combat that and get themselves out of bad situations. So we're partnering with our friends over at the Marjorie Mason Center for this incredible evening. The Joe Torre Safe at Home Foundation, they, of course, have a very tight partnership with Major League and Minor League Baseball. This is something that we've been able to bring to our fans multiple years. We're really excited about this year being able to kind of take it to that next level by having Marjorie Mason Center involved. Jack van Valkenburg, our marketing coordinators, put in a lot of work to this one, making sure that the community ties there. So we've got a special Joe Torre trading card that the Marjorie Mason Center booth will be giving away throughout the night. They'll also be auctioning off a Joe Torre signed baseball with all proceeds, once again, going back to the Marjorie Mason Center. So really excited to be able to uplift this, this organization and group that does so much in our community. That's really what we're about. That's what Chancey Park's about. And to be able to open up our doors and give them our platform to be able to help spread their message. And, even if we're able to help one person out there, it makes all the difference, right? So being able to use our ballpark as that avenue is something that's really special for our organization.
Yeah, you should feel good at the ballpark, feel safe at the ballpark, and Safe at Home night should absolutely allow that for a lot of fans who come down there and should have a lot of fun watching a baseball game. Yeah, anything else for this upcoming homestand that I didn't hit that people should know about? Is there the regular stuff that goes on each weeknight as far as that's concerned? What excites you about the upcoming homestand that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, absolutely. So What a Deal Wednesday is still firing. That's our great partnership with Island Water Park, where you're able to get your baseball tickets, some food, your Island Water Park tickets, all at a really, really low price of $39. So that one's an absolute steal. Usually around this time of year is summer is, kind of at its peak, starting to wind down a little bit. That one's always really popular. So we're looking forward to that, and fans getting the opportunity to take advantage of that great partnership with, another phenomenal sponsor of ours. And then something that I've really been excited about really all this season, but especially in these summer months, is our summer family 4-pack. And that is 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 chips for less than $15 a person. That's good for any game the rest of the season, and it deal's just unbeatable, right? You think about the cost of going to literally any other experience, not only in the Central Valley, but if you're looking at a Giants game or a Dodgers game or anything like that, good luck to even being able to see the ballpark for $15, right? And for us to be able to take care of the food as well as the ticket, we're extremely conscious of making sure that Grizzlies baseball is affordable, family fun, and that's really the number one way we're accomplishing it this summer, is having that less than $15 per person experience.
You never know what you're going to see at the ballpark, especially what's going on. I worry that I hope Parker's not up to no good. I got a little Coldplay cam that's going on tomorrow.
You never know. Parker's always kind of brainstorming and all that. We try and strike a delicate balance between, being timely and topical, and also, not kind of beating a dead horse, so to speak. So
I don't think you can beat that enough. I laugh every time. I saw the crazy crab with Lucille's mom yesterday at the Giants game.
I've got so many emotions from that. But being able to see the crazy crab first and foremost, right? Just because that's such a great piece of Giants lore that you never really get to see. Man, when I saw that video, I was so excited just to see the crazy crab, and then on top of it, fantastic.
Just the whole dynamic of it. I laugh every time.
It's ridiculous.
I got to ask, I know we are excited to, at the end of the year, Chris McDonald's going to be coming.
Yep.
Did you watch Happy Gilmore too?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yep. So we, this weekend had a Happy Gilmore marathon. So we watched the first one Friday night, and then Saturday morning watched the second one. So I know it was like a good 12, 15 hours behind everyone else. But this life is so surreal, and this job is so surreal. And to be able to watch that movie and be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet him in like a month, is like the craziest thing in the world. But yeah, we're really excited to have him out at the ballpark, really celebrate what I've already heard has been incredible success of Happy Gilmore 2. I have heard very few negative things about it. So to be able to have him out at the ballpark will be really special.
I don't know how anybody can hate that movie. I had
it's fantastic.
I had so much fun. Favorite cameo? Do you got a favorite cameo from the movie?
Oh my goodness. I mean,
there's so many to pick from.
There's so many. And it's funny because I feel like even though I watched it fully attentively, like I know there's some I missed probably. I loved seeing Eminem. Like I thought that was really funny. Stephen A. Smith explaining to my girlfriend that no, that's how he actually is. Was pretty fantastic. Just because he's so outlandish, but he still totally plays that part. But yeah, definitely those two. And then man, just to see all the true professional golfers in it was something that blew me away because you figure you're going to have the cameos. You figure you're going to have a person here or there, but to have true top tier golfers on the movie pretty much the entire time. And like John Daly, hilarious.
John Daly was
oh my gosh, fantastic.
He was my favorite part. Just like make sure you feed John Daly 3 times per day. I'm like, okay. Treat him like he's the family dog.
Yeah, amazing. So super thrilled. And again, what an incredible opportunity to then next month be able to invite him out to the ballpark. It just makes it even more special.
And I saw a video on social media. I hope he gets to wear a gold jacket because I saw Adam Sandler hand Shooter McGavin a gold jacket on social media.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. I know. Finally. So it's obviously something we'll ask him about. He is going to throw out a first pitch. I got confirmation today that he will be throwing out a first pitch, as well as doing the whole meet and greet thing with fans as well. So really great opportunity to get to meet a very relevant celebrity right now.
Very, very relevant. All right, Johnny, excited to see what is going on at the ballpark this week. Grizzlies and Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes, coming into town starting tomorrow. Of course, you can listen to Grizzlies baseball the rest of the season on select games on 1430 and 790. Johnny, great as always. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Phil. Good to see you.
We'll see ya. We'll be right back. Behind the Bench returns on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Listen to your Fresno Grizzlies on ESPN Radio. That's right. Select games will be on 1430 and 790 ESPN Radio, your local sports leader. The Fresno Grizzlies at Chikchinsi Park are always entertaining. Now hear them compete on the radio. Spending your time at the ballpark with the family is always a great time, so be sure to check out as many home games as you can this season. Check out 1430ESPNFresno.com for game times and more. And keep it right here on 1430 ESPN Radio, your local sports leader.
The Fashion Furniture experience includes all of the latest innovations in youth furniture, from bunk beds to homework desks, storage to study. It's the most imaginative use of space you've ever seen. If you're looking for youth furniture options, check out the Kids World collection at Fashion Furniture. There's nothing like it in all of California. On El Paso across from River Park.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri-Enterprises. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions. Summer temperatures and droughty conditions are rapidly approaching in the Central Valley, which isn't ideal for farming. These environmental stresses can impact yields significantly, so how do we fight against this? At Helena, we have a product called Megafol. Megafol contains a precision blend of plant extracts that improves crop vitality and helps defend against environmental stressors like heat and drought. So how does it work? Simply put, the plant extracts in Megafol upregulate genes that produce specific proteins in the crop. More of these proteins means the crop can function at a higher level under stress conditions and less energy is spent on recovery. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions.
Warmer days and special occasions are on the way. Is your wardrobe ready? Jones Cleaning Center has you covered. Fast, reliable, and hassle-free. Use Fresno's only 24-hour self-service pickup and drop-off drive-thru. Drop off by 9 a.m. and enjoy same-day service at no extra cost. From suits to sundresses and comforters to table linens, they'll get it all fresh and ready. Jones Cleaning Center, Fresno's top dry cleaning and laundry service for over 55 years. On Palm, just north of Herndon in Fresno, or online at jonescleaning.com.
Fresno, get ready to dance. Shakira is bringing her Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran World Tour to Valley Children's Stadium this fall. Experience the global icon live. It all goes down Thursday, August 7th. This will be one unforgettable night. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't wait. Shakira Live in Fresno will sell out fast.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
On the bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Big thanks to Johnny Bravo for joining us in the previous hour or previous segment there. Johnny Bravo, always with a finger on the pulse with the Fresno Grizzlies. So good to have him in studio, and we'll hope to have him in soon again for another edition. I would say we're going to have him maybe in a couple of weeks. Next week we're going to be off the air because the Giants are in Pittsburgh. So we're going to have a couple of behind the benches off because the Giants start at 3:10 next Monday and Tuesday. So you won't be hearing from me for a little bit. But that's next week. So anyways, all right. Are you guys ready for trivia time?
As ready as we can be.
We haven't had this combo yet. Julia, you got something to say?
I was just going to say, I haven't been here for trivia, and it feels like forever.
Well, we've had some interesting results from the trivia side of things. There were some athletes I could not believe that Jorge got. And then there were some athletes that I couldn't believe and Adam also got. I couldn't believe it. And I'm also shocked that there's some athletes that they did get. Or
Ones
they
that I missed?
The ones that you missed. What was the big one you missed? Let's see. What was the big one? I'm surprised you knew who Kerry Strug was.
You were surprised I knew who it was?
Yeah, you knew who Kerry Strug was. You did not know who Paul Goldschmidt was.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard.
You guys missed Diana Taurasi. That was the other massive one to me.
The basketball player, yeah.
Maybe the greatest WNBA player of all time. Mike Devereaux. One of you guys got?
I had her name wrong.
But here's the thing. I think Adam's over here, and I know he's right outside the studio. He's listening.
He's listening.
He's listening. I will say Adam did a little too much prep for this. I shouldn't have told him what states because he did a little research. So he found out who Mike Devereaux was when he researched Wyoming when we did it. So I'm avoiding from that. Do you guys even know what states were? Well, you do because you have the rundown. All right. We're doing Iowa and Virginia. Iowa and Virginia today for our 50 states in 50 days trivia. And we're going to start with the state of Iowa. Are you guys ready for the state of Iowa?
Let's go. Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right. Wish we had the game show music. We'll figure it out. The number 3 athlete, according to ESPN, from the state of Iowa is the second player in NFL history to throw 40 touchdown passes in a season. After Dan Marino did it twice in 1984 and 86, he also won an MVP in his Super Bowl winning season.
MVP, like a regular season MVP?
A regular season MVP in his Super Bowl winning season. He threw 40 touchdown passes, the second player to do it at the time after Dan Marino.
After Dan Marino, so it's got to be Kurt. Warner.
Kurt Warner? Your guess is Kurt Warner?
Okay.
Kurt Warner is the name you're looking for.
The MVP kind of gave it because he won MVP and
won the Super Bowl in 1999.
But he wasn't the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. He was the Super Bowl MVP.
Was he?
Yeah, who else would it have been?
I thought it was the receiver guy.
Isaac Bruce?
Yeah.
No, it was Kurt Warner. Led to the first Super Bowl in the 1999 season. He won MVP and Super Bowl MVP. Basically the greatest Cinderella seasons quarterback could ever have. Leading the greatest show on turf. All right. Here's number 2 athlete from the state of Iowa. Good luck. Became the 4th American League pitcher to win the pitching triple crown. That is wins, ERA, and Ks, leading the league. Only 11 pitchers in the American League have done it before. But he became the 4th to do it. 11 all time, but he became the 4th AL pitcher to do it.
Wait, 4th AL pitcher to do what? I'm sorry.
To win the triple crown, the pitching triple crown, which is lead the American League in wins, ERA, and Ks. The fascinating part is he didn't win the AL MVP that year despite that statistic. This is... Go ahead.
Can I ask what team he played for?
He won the 1948 World Series with Cleveland.
48. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the greatest Cleveland Guardian Indian pitcher of all time. 8-time All-Star, elected in the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. He led the majors in strikeouts 4 straight seasons before missing the next 3 because he had to go serve in World War II.
Oh.
You told me these names, and I have a vague. I have a last name, but I don't know if it is.
What's the last name that's rattling in your head?
Feller.
Feller?
I can't remember his first name.
Are you looking for Bob Feller?
Is that it?
I'll give you the credit there, Jorge. Bob Feller. Yes, Bob Feller.
I knew him as the Cleveland Indian, but I didn't know he had all those accolades.
Yeah, Bob Feller is one of the best pitchers in his era, as far as by the way,
those see when you go back to the 40s and 50s and 60s, I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah. Number 1 athlete from the state of Iowa. Holds dozens of NCAA career records in their career at the 4-year career of college. I'm not going to give away where the college was. Most notably passing Pistol Peach Maravich, become the all-time leading scorer in men's or women's history in Division I.
I'm blanking.
The greatest scorer in college basketball history career-wise.
Basketball.
Yeah. Made 2 national championship games in a row.
In basketball.
And then, in her rookie season...
It's Caitlin Clark, right? Is she from Iowa?
Caitlin Clark is from Iowa.
Okay, I was thinking someone else.
3 for 3.
All right. We're doing
On
this.
the state of Iowa.
So I was like, I don't know if she's from there, but...
Your other state Iowa athletes, Mike Bodeker, Trent Green, Darren Sproles, Joe Burrow, Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, Lolo Jones, Dane Gable, Sean Johnson, Zach Johnson. There you go. That's your Iowa. Let's go to Virginia. You ready for Virginia? Number 2 overall pick in 2004 MLB draft. He was the AL Rookie of the Year, a 2-time World Series champion, an AL MVP, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 9-time All-Star.
You said 3 times Cy Young?
3-time Cy Young winner. He was the number 2 overall pick in 2004. Mm-hmm.
What team did he play on?
I can't give you that. That's too easy.
Okay, give me another clue then.
He won the pitching Triple Crown. He's a 5-time American League strikeout leader, 4-time American League win leader, 2-time American League ERA leader. He was also the 2022 AL Comeback Player of the Year.
Oh. He was drafted in 2002? 2004?
Mm-hmm. He also has 3 career no-hitters. Mm-hmm. This is a big time.
I feel like this is so obvious, but I just like...
I think he's pitching later this week.
Who's his current team?
I'm not giving it to you.
All right, who was his rookie team?
Who was his rookie team? I'm not giving you that either. It's too early. Too easy. You can't miss this, guys. Come on. Come on. 5,
okay, let me
4.
Give me another clue.
I have no more clues to give, Jorge. This is it. That was the resume.
Wait. Is it Justin?
Justin who?
Verlander?
It's Justin Verlander.
Oh my god.
It is Justin Verlander.
You know what? It's because when I graduated high school, I remember he was drafted, but I didn't know he was drafted like so high.
04, yeah, 2nd overall in 2004 to the Tigers, Rookie of the Year for the Tigers. Won a World Series with the Astros 2 times.
I had his name in mind, but when you did say the
2 World Series screws you up a little bit because it is not with the Tigers. You thought,
it wasn't. It was with the Astros, right?
Yeah. So, there you go, Justin Verlander. Number 2 athlete from the state of Virginia. Finished 3rd in Heisman voting in 1999 and became the number 1 overall pick a few years later. Was a 4-time Pro Bowler in the NFL.
4-time Pro Bowler, okay. Can you tell me his position?
No, absolutely not.
So as a quarterback then?
Sure.
And you said he finished 2nd or 3rd in the Heisman?
3rd in the Heisman in 1999. He also won an NFL Comeback Player of the Year.
And then how many years later did he go into the draft?
Just a few.
So in 2002. It's got to be Michael Vick, right?
Michael Vick? Final answer?
I know he's from Virginia, so... Yeah.
Michael Vick.
Yeah, he went to Virginia... what's it called?
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, yeah. Because his brother went to Virginia.
Marcus Vick, yeah.
Yeah.
His other statistics, he had 6,109 career rushing yards at the time of retirement, which was the most by quarterback in NFL history, then surpassed after that by Lamar Jackson, who he also became... Michael Vick became the first quarterback in NFL history to rush for over 1,000 yards in 2006. Insane.
Jeez.
Your number 1 athlete born in the state of Virginia. He won 1993's Mr. Basketball in Virginia in high school. He was the 95 Big East Rookie of the Year, 2-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, and a 1996 First-Team All-American.
Oh, again, Virginia, okay. Did he play football?
You may have. I think you know the name. I already feel it. 96 number 1 overall pick. 97 Rookie of the Year in the NBA. 2001 MVP. 11-time All-Star.
Iverson.
Allen Iverson is correct. Jorge, 6 for 6 today. How about that?
Whoa, I got one.
Julia got one. Julia got Clay. All right, sorry. 5 for 5, 1 for 1. Caitlin Clark, Julia, I apologize.
Oh, yeah, we as a team, we did 6 for 6. Yeah,
6 for 6. Team effort. Wow, you guys cleaned up on the 50 States in 50 Days trivia today. Iowa, Virginia, you guys are ball knowers.
On Virginia, I was really worried because I didn't think I knew anybody, but like Michael Vick and.
Well, that's the famous documentary. I think I remember Vic and Iverson like being buddies, right?
Yeah.
When they were growing up in
in Virginia.
Yeah,
they were both going for the same in the same high school circuit. Like they were both like playing each other and
because because Iverson got drafted.
Iverson was a little bit older.
He was a little bit older than Vic, a little bit older. Here are your athletes notable from the state of Virginia outside of the big three: David Wright, Justin Upton, B.J. Upton, Billy Wagner. Just got elected to the Hall of Fame. Lawrence Taylor, Bruce Smith, Rondé Barber, Moses Malone, Ralph Sampson, Del Curry, Alonzo Mourning, Joe Smith, Arthur Ashe, Gabby Douglas.
Mourning.
Yeah, there you go. Virginia is the state there. Tomorrow, we'll do Idaho and Mississippi.
I have no idea about Mississippi.
I figured you know things about Idaho?
A little bit more than Mississippi, yeah.
You're telling me you know Idaho a lot better than Mississippi.
I mean, Boise State's in Idaho, right?
Okay. All right. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out if you know who is born in Idaho. These are some names. These are certainly some names.
Interesting.
Mississippi, those are some names. So, and there's your hint. All right. When we come back, we have one more hour of the show to get to. We have a 5 of 5 to do. We have many other things to talk about, training camp stuff as well. We'll wrap up the show. One more hour behind the bench next on 1430 ESPN.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
Central Valley, are you ready for a seamless car buying journey? Madera Toyota Chevrolet has you covered. With their 25-year, 250,000-mile warranty and everything priced under MSRP, you're always in for a great deal. Plus, enjoy their no-pressure policy and 2 years of free maintenance on new vehicles, their way of saying thank you for choosing them. And calling all truck lovers, explore their selection of rugged Silverados, powerful Tundras, and versatile Tacomas. Whatever your needs, they have the perfect truck for you. Visit them today at MaderaToyotaChevrolet.com, where every drive begins with trust.
Are you tired of waiting forever for your prescriptions? Grizzly Pharmacy is here to tame your healthcare needs. We fill most prescriptions in 15 minutes or less, always accepting new patients. And enjoy free delivery to your home or workplace in Fresno and Clovis. We accept all major insurance, including Medi-Cal, Blue Cross, and Optum Rx. For our Clovis location, please call 559-324-1808 or visit grizzlypharmacy.com for more information.
Get your business noticed and stand out from the crowd by visiting Megaprints. Working with the Valley's most prestigious and high-profile businesses since 1998, we print and install custom-designed signs for businesses of all types and sizes. From yard signs to banners to wallpaper and fleet graphics, Megaprints has the state-of-the-art capability to turn the signage you've dreamed of into a reality. Visit megaprints.com today to see our work and what we can do for your business.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car.
Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hey Fresno, Chris Swart out here, operating partner Jack's Car Wash Companies, located on the southwest corner of Cedar and Shepherd. Don't miss out on this winning combo.
That's right, Jack's Car Wash has a brand new Pepsi and Coke soda fountain, plus a new Keurig coffee station featuring your favorite national brands. Plus, Jack's full detailing is backed by popular demand. Schedule yours today by calling 435-7335.
Jack's Car Wash and ESPN Fresno, the double play of a great car wash and a great broadcast. Let's go Giants!
Need cash? If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Clausen Honda wants to buy your car. If it's running, we want your late model Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Subaru, Acura, or Honda. Just call Clausen and ask for our VUP to schedule your appraisal appointment. In just 10 minutes, you'll get your cash value quote. Yes, we are eliminating the hassle of getting rid of your used old car. So if you're ready to sell, we are ready to buy. Call Clausen Honda of Fresno today. If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Get cash for your car. Clausen Honda.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
Your home for high school sports. 1430 ESPN, the Valley's local sports leader. KFIG Fresno.
I'm Nick DeLuca, Coach Prime, crushing cancer. Colorado head coach Deion Sanders meeting with the media this afternoon after missing time this offseason, announcing he underwent successful treatment for bladder cancer to deal with a tumor. Sanders says he will continue coaching this season. Colorado begins the year on August 29th against Georgia Tech. In baseball, big series starting in Milwaukee. The Cubs and the Brewers entering the day tied for first in the NL Central. Cubs took 2 of 3 from the White Sox over the weekend. Crew have won 7 of their last 10. Cubs getting some early help from some sloppy defense, putting up 3 in the first, helped by a drop third strike and a 2-run throwing error by Jacob Mizorowski. 3-0 Chicago heading to the home half of the first. Matthew Boyd getting the start for the Cubs tonight. Brewers making a deal ahead of the deadline, acquiring Rays catcher Danny Jansen. Jansen hitting .204 with 11 homers along with some good defense this season behind the plate. Elsewhere, Guardians adding another player to the investigative list. Emmanuel Clase is being investigated for sports gambling in Cleveland and is being placed on administrative leave. WNBA Cameron Brink making her return, number 2 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, set for her season debut against the Aces tonight for the Sparks, 13 months after tearing her ACL.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Tuesday, we'll rank the top 5 defenders in the NFL and react to the Deion Sanders medical press conference. That's Tuesday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again. In anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
20th head coach in Fresno State history here, Matt. Is it hard to believe sometimes still the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly here over the course of the last 5-6 weeks, but super excited to be here.
Phil Bennoti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That's right, Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN. One more hour of our show as we are fastly approaching to the 6 o'clock hour as we take you up to Giants pregame. It's 5:03 right on the dot. Thanks for listening, wherever you're listening. By the way, a reminder, if you missed any of the show, You can listen to it live on demand on the 1430 ESPN app, 1430ESPNFresno.com, or you can listen to it on the YouTube page, ESPN Fresno YouTube page, watching the video portion of everything. So you can go back, scrub back. Actually, right now, if you missed any of the show and you're just tuning in on the YouTube page, you could scrub back, watch any of the content. You got the whole playback feature when it comes to that. So any way to engage on that, that'll work for you. So hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everybody's getting through your case of Mondays. Hopefully everybody is on the road and getting home and ready to relax for the evening. So that's what we got on the docket for you here. It's going to be an interesting exercise here because I think there's a lot to talk about as we get to our 5 at 5. The 5 at 5, which is the top 5 teams in Major League Baseball here at the end of July. I have a really hard time putting this list together. I've had a really hard time putting this list together. I think I've scratched out a few names. I've come to a few conclusions. This baseball season has turned into as tight of a baseball race as any has seen in quite some time. And I don't know if anybody else is having issues with coming up with their 5 of 5. Guys, while we get ready to start this thing, have you had a tough time trying to figure out who the best team in baseball is right now?
I honestly, I don't think I have a best team in baseball.
Somebody's got.
I know that somebody is, but has, but for a long time I thought it was the Dodgers, which now seems like they're not, or they're really not. Then who, the Red Sox?
No, I was saying we beat them 2-3. Yeah.
Okay. No. Yeah. So they're not. It just. I don't really know.
Julia, what about for you? Where was the difficulty in this exercise?
Yeah, I had an extremely hard time picking top 5 teams. I mean, I don't even have the Dodgers in my top 5 anymore.
Whoa, spoiler alert.
Which, yeah, I just had to throw that out there because that is controversial, but also it's just such a toss-up right now that I feel like I don't even have them necessarily in order because I feel like this race is so close of who is the top team.
I have realized that was a good time to use that. All right, let's get to a top 5 here, and no better way to intro it than our voice guy.
It's time now for Phil's 5 at 5.
Thank you, voice guy. That's right. 5 at 5, top 5 baseball teams. And honestly, I could be convinced many different directions of where I want to go with this because this is as hard as it can be as far as this is concerned. All right. We'll start with the clear and obvious part of where we go with this list, and that is
number 5.
Wow. I'm picking the Mets here. I think I'm picking the Mets here at number 5, and it's quite simply, I think their top of their lineup is as dangerous as anybody. Despite how anemic the Giants' offense looked, I still am not convinced that their pitching is what can carry you to a World Series title, and that's what's giving me the hiccup to select them as one of the top 2 or 3 teams here. The Mets play good baseball, although they haven't played great lately. Although 7-3 in their last 10, they've picked it up a little bit here. The Mets are just outstanding at home, one of the best home records in baseball. And that's what matters if you have a really good record, that you're going to be playing a lot of meaningful home games in October. So I have the Mets at number 5. This is going to be a bloodbath moving through the list. Guys, who do you have at your number 5?
For me, I have the Cubs.
Okay.
My number 5. I mean, they're kind of a lot like the Mets.
Yeah.
So I would say
dangerous lineup. Iffy pitching.
Similar. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. What about for you, Julia? Where's your number 5?
I have the Tigers.
Interesting.
Because even though they have not done well as of lately, at one point they were my number 1 team, so I feel like I can't completely knock them off this list. So just making this list was very difficult. So that's why they're my 5.
Tigers, fascinating team. We'll talk about them a little later, I'm sure.
Number 4.
Number 4, I like this team. This feels like the team I will root for outside of my Red Sox if they make the postseason. I'm picking the Milwaukee Brewers here. Milwaukee's pitching is phenomenal. They have a lot of young talent, and I think they have a lot of opportunity here at the trade line to even get bigger and better. I think Gino Suarez would be a prime Brewer if he goes there for the trade deadline from Arizona. I think the Brewers have the most potential. It's exciting to see this young team evolve into what it is, and I'm excited to see where they go. They're in a very competitive division. They have one of the best records in baseball. Milwaukee sits at number 4 for me because of the potential, and on top of it, I think they're a very exciting baseball team.
Yeah, I actually, another team that's very similar to Milwaukee are the Mets.
You have the Mets here.
Yeah, I have the Mets on there instead of Milwaukee, and I think it's just I think a lot are said when the Mets are beating the Giants the way they beat the Giants.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're just been consistent at that, and that's what they're at top of their group.
Julia, what about for you, number 4?
Yeah, I also have the Brewers at number 4. I feel like, they're an exciting team, and I definitely think that they are contenders. And so there's someone that kind of surprised me, but I feel like they've done really well, and I'll be curious to see how they do, especially after the trade deadline.
Yeah, the Brewers, fascinating young team. Maybe set up the best for a lot of years to come.
Number 3.
This is where I have the Detroit Tigers. Quite simple. I do think talent-wise they are the best team in baseball. They just have not played it in quite some time. 2-8 in their last 10, and they've been miserable over the last few. Tarek Skubal has been fantastic still. He pitches very well. It's just the rest of this team right now has been cold. They hope to get better as the things go. A good team can bounce back like this. Sometimes you just get in a rut like that, and I hope it is just kind of that. I hope the Tigers don't have this absolutely massive collapse. But I do think Detroit is a fascinating team to watch as they have the potential to make a lot of moves at the deadline as well to see where they can kind of go. They think they are the team built best to win in October. Despite where their record sits, I like the Tigers still as a good team sitting here at the end of July.
Yeah, I have the Brewers here.
You have the Brewers here.
So I think a little bit of a, just miss different placement than you think.
I know.
So
it's interesting.
I do think that the Brewers, like you said, they have a young team, but they have a young, good team, and that's going to go a long way.
Julio, who do you have at number 3?
So I have the Mets. I feel like they are a good team, just not fully there yet. But I feel like they definitely can get there. And so I feel like they're going to be an interesting team to watch and see just if they can keep this kind of going.
Interesting. We had the Mets 5-4-3. That's interesting that we had that there. I'm curious where our number 1s are going to be.
Number 2.
But not yet. Not yet. That's right, Mr. Voice Guy. Number 2, I have the Toronto Blue Jays sitting here at number 2. A team that's been on fire. They beat the Giants pretty handily. They took care of the Yankees 2-3. And then they go into Detroit and have an absolutely impressive display of power with what they've been able to do as a top-tier team. They went and beat the Tigers 3-4 in swift fashion. Yeah, yesterday was a blip on the radar. They're currently down to the Orioles right now, but I think this Blue Jays team has the talent to make things happen for themselves in the postseason. I feel like it's more and more, I'm convinced that last year was more of an aberration in what they were capable of. And I think they've bounced back and had this core set up. I remember last year, or this year, going in the offseason and going into the preseason here, talks of, are they trading this entire young core? And now it feels like the future is brighter than ever for Toronto. Fascinating how things kind of turn around for them. But I think the Blue Jays are a massive threat to win the World Series, and I got them at number 2.
I agree with you, but I don't have them as number 2. I do have the Dodgers at number 2.
You have the Dodgers at 2.
I think, yeah, the talent is there, and I think as much as I hate to say it, I think that they haven't been in a good run. But when they get together and they do things right, they've become the best team in baseball.
Is the talent carrying your ranking there, as
I think
opposed
so.
to the what you're watching and play how they're playing
I
baseball?
think so. I think they're going down. I think for a long time they were number one, and then they're falling off, and they're falling off quickly. And if they don't improve, they're gonna keep falling.
Interesting. So you have the Dodgers at 2. Julia already said that you don't have the Dodgers at all in your top 5. So who's at your number 2?
I have the Dodgers in my top 5. My number 2 is the Cubs. I feel like they are a really good team. They have one of the
Get your day started with Rich Eisen.
You can't say. I saw the stat. Their number 6 through 9 hitters lead the MLB in batting average, on base percentage, and slugging, and that does not include PCA, Kyle Tucker, and Saya Suzuki. So I feel like this Cubs team is really good. They're a fun team to watch, and yeah, they're my number 2 as of right now.
All right, that's interesting. Surely we could agree on where it is as far as number 1 is concerned, right? But I think this is going to be all over the place.
Number 1.
Sorry, voice guy, I cut you off there. Hot take. This is my hot take. I have the Phillies at number 1. Yes, the Philadelphia Phillies, just because on the pure basis of talent and where that pitching staff is, I don't care what their record is going into the postseason. I trust them to get the job done. I know 60-45, they're a game back of the Mets, but Philadelphia has the most proven commodities in baseball. I think Kyle Schwarber has been an underrated potential MVP conversation guy, top 5 MVP consideration guy. Bryce Harper is as steady as Bryce Harper can be. I think they've got a lot of interesting pieces when it comes to what they do in their lineup. Trey Turner's a fascinating player. I think the Phillies have the most firepower in my mind, especially with what they have in the staff. And I just, the most clear and obvious thing is to make the bullpen happen. And so I think they're a bullpen piece away or 2 away from the Phillies being a number 1 team in baseball. I trust them to get that done. I trust the Philadelphia Phillies to be a team that is going to be the contender to win a World Series. That's why I have Philadelphia number 1. I know it might be a surprise because I think they have looking at it, they have a worse record than anybody else I have in the top 5, but that's how much I believe in what Philadelphia has in talent. What do you got?
I got Toronto.
Okay.
I think they're, the best team in baseball right now. They're hot fire. I mean, out of the last 10 games, they lost 2. So, and right now they got everything going for them. They're in a tough position too against in a tough.
Mm-hmm.
They got a tough schedule coming by, but I think that they're gonna be doing well, especially with this team.
Toronto, you have at 1. Julia, who's your number 1 team?
I also have Toronto at 1.
Interesting.
I mean, if you look back, they swept the Yankees, swept the Angels, swept the Giants, almost swept the Yankees again, basically swept the Tigers. I mean, this is a really good team, and I feel like as of right now, in this moment, they definitely could win the World Series.
So you both have Toronto. Now I'm trying to think of what are the notable omissions, because I think there's some interesting teams still out there. Let's wrap it up first. I didn't turn on the thing. Let's see if I can do this again. We're all over the place,
That
folks.
was Phil's 5 at 5.
We're all over the place, but we're gonna make it happen. There we go. Thank you, voice guy. Anyways, fascinating top 5s. I'll say this: fascinating top 5s when it comes to baseball. Nobody had the Astros sniffing in the top 5. I thought that's an interesting team. I wasn't daring enough to have the Astros there. Felt like I should have, because I know even though they just got 4 games swept at home by they got dog walked by the A's this past weekend, I still think they're a capable team.
I feel like they're up and down. I feel like they're a lot like the Giants. Like, they got this really good team which could win some really good games.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden you're losing these games that you're like, well, how are you losing these games?
Yeah. Julia, any notable omissions for you? You mentioned you had the Dodgers. I think there's a clear tier of teams, and then there's kind of a secondary tier. There's 6 or 7, 8 or 8 teams that are above everybody else, and then everybody else is kind of fighting for the other spots.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And there was just so many, the Astros, where it's they could be a top team, but are they there yet? And the Dodgers obviously are extremely talented. It's just if they can put it together. This list was definitely one of the hardest I think that we have had.
You guys both didn't have the Phillies in your top 5, and I have the Phillies at 1. I'm fascinated by that.
I think they're good. They're just not as good as the other teams. I feel like, I think they're all in my list. They would have been number 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they're good enough, but unless somebody still keeps on falling like the Dodgers, then maybe they'll break the top 5.
We'll see. How about a dangerous team like Texas? By the way, I just want to throw out Texas and Rangers are incredibly hot. You know who's been really fun to watch too? The Marlins. Ever since the Giants gave them life, the Marlins haven't been able to lose. So maybe the Giants were right in getting swept by the Marlins at home, because ever since then, the Marlins have been fantastic. They beat the Brewers.
Maybe.
They beat the Brewers 2 out of 3 this weekend. By the way, speaking of the Brewers, did you guys see the Brewers did an old-timers home run derby on Friday?
An old-timers home run?
Like an old-timers. Like, we're talking like, and yeah, I'm stretching the term old-timer. They did an alumni. They had like Ryan Braun.
Yeah.
They had like Prince Fielder.
Yeah.
They had Corey Hart, Bill Hall.
They had all of them. Yeah, we saw them. Yeah, we saw them here at we're having lunch.
Carlos Gomez.
He was there too.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff. I wonder who. Do you think Barry Bonds could get like 7 to the Bay nowadays?
Right now?
Barry's got to be like 60.
Yeah.
60 plus, right?
He's 50-something.
I think he's the same. Well, I'm not going to put it.
Maybe.
My mom,
I'll check it.
My mom's a little bit same age as Barry. And I'm not going to say my mom's name on air, age on air. Love you, Mom, if you're listening. Anyways. All right. And with that, we'll segue to a break. That was your 5 at 5. We'll be right back with more Behind the Bench on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Get your day started with Rich Eisen.
The Red Sox have a generational talent, and eventually, for whatever reason, it falls apart, and they send him to California. That seems to be the MO. The Red Sox trade their 28-year-old, 3-time All-Star with 58 runs batted in after his 90 millionth career home run against the New York Yankees, and now he's a San Francisco Giant.
Rich Eisen, brought to you by Citizens Business Bank.
From the roar of the Bulldog Stadium to the crack of the bat at Biden Field, Fresno State pride runs deep. And so does Precision Civil Engineering's commitment to the Central Valley. Voted 2024's best engineering firm by the Business Journal, Precision Civil Engineering brings your project to life with expert planning, surveying, engineering, and more. Proud supporters of Fresno State Athletics. Go Diamond Dogs. Go Dogs. Visit precisioneng.net today.
Sports fans of the Central Valley, are you ready to step up your game day grilling? Step into the Butcher Boss and discover winning flavors the champions crave. Ask about their 5 for $35 deal, where you can feed up to 5 people for $35 every day. Located right off the 41 north of Avenue 11, stop by the Butcher Boss today and become the boss of your barbecue.
Summer is here, and the hottest deals are at Valley Pure. For premium indoor house flower to tasty edibles, smooth vapes, must-have concentrates, and refreshing cannabis drinks, we've got everything you love at prices that keep you coming back for more. Stock up for your summer fun with unbeatable discounts across all Valley Pure locations. Whether you're looking to relax, celebrate, or spark up some good vibes in the sun, Valley Pure has the deals to keep the season rolling with easy online ordering and curbside pickup right from the app. Summer is here, and the hottest deals are at Valley Pure. For premium indoor house flower to tasty edibles, smooth vapes, must-have concentrates, and refreshing cannabis drinks, we've got everything you love at prices that keep you coming back for more. Stock up for your summer fun with unbeatable discounts across all Valley Pure locations. Whether you're looking to relax, celebrate, or spark up some good vibes in the sun, Valley Pure has the deals to keep the season rolling with easy online ordering and curbside pickup right from the app.
At Citizens Business Bank, we've been taking a personal approach to banking for over 40 years and are consistently recognized as one of the top performing banks in the nation. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We believe in the importance of building long-lasting and genuine relationships with our customers. We want to provide you with the solutions you need to grow your business because your success is our success. Citizens Business Bank, member FDIC.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check for your wallet first before hitting the drive-thru.
$6.
Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change, though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, a bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh, gosh.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
From breezy linen to performance polos, the Patrick James Summer Collection defines cool, effortless style. It's where classic West Coast spirit meets modern refinement. Discover timeless looks from brands like Faraday, Johnny O, Martin Dingman, alongside staples from Tommy Bahama, Robert Graham, and our signature Patrick James line. Made for the man who values quality, confidence, and the art of dressing well. Patrick James, California's sophistication. On Shaw, inside Fresno's Fig Garden Village.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. I hope I don't hurt by asking this question because I really hope there is a sense of nostalgia with this. If I ask Julia this, Brenda Song was spotted at Rams training camp today. I hope you know who that is, and if not, and you're not excited about it, I'm gonna really feel bad if you're not excited about seeing Brenda Song at Rams training camp.
You know who that is?
No.
Oh boy.
You're too old.
I'm not leaving. I'm not
You're
leaving.
too old.
No.
She recently did the schedule release for the Rams. So
Okay.
if you want to look that up.
Okay.
But she also is a famous actress, and she used to come out in Disney shows.
Yes, and she famously had a thing that she just like went super analytical on Rams talk and was like very.
She knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff. She knows her ball, and she also did the schedule release earlier this year for the Rams as far as the Rams talking about.
I've seen her, but I just like couldn't see her name.
Put the
you know
name
what I'm saying?
to a face.
All right. Well, okay. Then never mind. So
she was famous for coming out on the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, I do know who that is.
Oh, you knew? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Everything that is upon the high heaven.
She's also married to Macaulay Culkin.
That's right. That's right. They very much know their stuff, So I hope we get to see whatever celebrities we get to see. I'm sure we'll do Celeb Watch and have a segment on it as far as that's concerned. Last year we had Mookie Betts show up. So, but then Mookie Betts was also nursing an injury, so that's why he was there. So I'm interested to see what's going to be coming as far as that's concerned. Like I said, we're going to be doing the live shows from their ESPN LA at 4 to 6. So we hope to use the location there. We're very excited to be there for you guys to provide the coverage that you want as far as Rams training camp is concerned. So looking forward to that. Let's take a little look at some camp buzz and talk about some things that are happening at training camp from around the area. I was seeing some Fresno State guys get a little juice over the airwaves today, the Twitter airwaves to say the least. Jake Hayner's getting some work in the number ones as far as that's concerned. That was a big part of it. I feel like this is the theme of the show. Big deal, no big deal. In some of the training camp storylines we have maybe seen. Jake Hayner practicing with some of the one-team units. Big deal or no big deal for the Saints? Do we feel like Jake Hayner has a shot at a starting quarterback spot despite what I've seen over the last year or two?
I think so. I think he's got a legitimate shot. I mean, there's a reason why they haven't cut him yet. I think that they feel like he's been doing good things. I know that on the field, it looks a little bit different. On the field, he might have a little bit more jitters, but there's something there that the team likes.
Yeah.
So therefore, they keep him in there.
Do you feel like he has a shot? Do you feel like he's capable of being the number one quarterback for the New Orleans Saints?
I would love to think that he is capable, but I'm just not sure yet. But there is, like Jorge said, there is a reason that they are putting him in that position. And I feel like if he can get past the jitters and get some confidence, maybe he could be that guy. Just right now, I'm not sure.
We'll see where it looks and see. Probably, I'm assuming the preseason will tell it all as far as what Jake Haener's production can be for this season. If he ends up being the number one guy, I mean that would feel like one of the more unlikely scenarios to come out of a camp to be a number one quarterback of that New Orleans team. Going to be a tough year for New Orleans if that's the case. But not trying to slight our guy, Jake Haener, but just feels like that's a tough situation to go into with what they have. I saw also today Jalen Moreno-Cropper getting some connections with Dak Prescott and the ones. Seems like he's getting a little more looks at the top unit. I wonder if Jalen Moreno-Cropper is in the mix for a guy who can come in, make a few grabs for this Dallas Cowboys team. Is his role expanding for the Dallas Cowboys? That'd be pretty exciting. What do you make of him making some workouts with the one unit for the Cowboys?
Well, the Cowboys need weapons. They need weapons because they didn't go out there and get a lot of stuff. I mean, the rookies that are coming in, the people that they got at the draft, they're good. But I feel like, the more experience you have, especially Cropper, who's been there for a few years now, and that's gonna help them out.
Mm-hmm.
And they need weapons. It looks like the Cowboys just. They didn't waste any money. They just wanted to save stuff, and they didn't get anybody like big.
Yeah. Well, Cropper's got such an important skill set.
Yeah.
What do you make of the Cropper working out with the ones? We had him in about a month and a half ago. I'm curious to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he is definitely the guy that, especially because he does have that experience, that could be their next weapon. And same with him. I feel like they have him there for a reason. They see him fitting in there, or they wouldn't have him practicing there right now with the ones.
How about DeRon Bland, who was asked about contract negotiations with the Cowboys and a possible contract extension? He said, quote, "Dallas is always where I want to be. Hopefully we can get it done." Didn't say much more beyond that. DeRon Bland, for how stingy the Cowboys have been in the money department, is a big day payday coming for DeRon Bland, or do we feel like DeRon Bland could be on the move somewhere after this year? He had such a stellar second year in the NFL with the pick six record and everything like that. A tough year last year with the injuries. I feel like he can be a big factor for the secondary for the Cowboys this year and could be up for a lot of opportunity.
I feel like he's a playmaker that you don't get every day. If the Cowboys lose him just because they don't want to pay him, that is just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what they're doing. They have to pay him. They have to at least give him a good contract. You don't have to pay him like a superstar, because honestly, he's not there yet. Maybe if he does another season with big numbers, and maybe that's when you really give him the big contract. But at least update his contract to something that's a little bit better than whatever he's getting now, because he's worth it.
I think he needs to prove he can stay healthy to prove that it's worth it. Like I said, in the NFL, a lot availability is the most important skill. The most important ability is availability. I think that's the term that goes with it. So I do understand where the Cowboys are coming from as far as a sense of wait for it situation, but you don't get instinctive players like that very often with DeRon Bland. And the way he proved it, especially with the big-time moments the Cowboys faced a couple years ago, with him being in those situations, I think DeRon Bland absolutely deserves a sort of payday big bag to be thrown his way. Julia, do you think it certainly feels like it's got to wait till next year to have it happen? Do you think it happens with the Cowboys, or do you think DeRon Bland could be somewhere else?
I mean, I think if the Cowboys are smart, they will keep him, especially if he's a guy who says he wants to stay in Dallas. I think that's huge. You have someone who wants to be your guy, and I feel like you should pay him. But, again, wait a little bit. He's still young. He's had injuries. I feel like time will tell, but I do think he could be that guy for them.
How about going to Kansas City? Nico Remigio set to be the number one punt returner. We saw him get some reps in the playoffs. I thought he had a pretty good performance in the playoffs for the Kansas City Chiefs in terms of returning average as far as that's concerned. He was also spotted walking into practice yesterday next to Xavier Worthy, another speedster for the Kansas City Chiefs, who certainly has a notable first year in the NFL. Also that 5.59 connection. What do we make of potential for Nico Remigio this year with the Chiefs? Do we feel like he's going to step up, especially with what Rashee Rice is facing in the legal department, especially with his potential sentence? So I wonder where Nico Remigio could pop into with this Chiefs roster.
The Chiefs like Remigio. The Chiefs love like his ability to be not just a receiver, but a special teams guy. I think if there's an opportunity there for him to go, as a receiver and start games as a receiver, I think he's going to take that opportunity and run with it. He's one of those guys that he's there and he's going to give it his all, but, he just needs to get that opportunity.
Do you make it a big deal that Nico Remigio is hanging around Xavier Worthy a lot, maybe trying to sneak into that wide receiver depth chart a little bit, especially Rashee Rice, who's going to be sitting out for a little bit due to potential suspension?
Yeah, I think that this time is especially huge with Rashee Rice sitting out. I feel like this is his opportunity to go in there and prove that he can be a number one. He can be that guy. He can be a starting player. And so I feel like this is his moment to shine, and I feel like that's what he is trying to do, is take that opportunity.
Absolutely interesting stuff coming out of NFL training camp over the weekend. It's going to be interesting to see where things fall for a lot of our Fresno guys, especially. We know Devontae Adams is going to be a premier topic for a lot of people as well. I'm very curious to see what this will look like for a lot of our guys who are from Fresno. Of course, Lavelle Bailey is another name that's popping up as far as guys
I saw the Broncos did a little thing on X about him.
Did they? What was it about?
Just about where he was coming from and how he's a team player and just looking to get a bigger spot in the roster.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's good. It's good to get the showcase going for Lavelle Bailey. Lavelle, one of the good dudes. Michael Walker, like we had, who we had a couple weeks ago for Arizona. He's going to be making an impact, we hope, from the linebacker side of things from Arizona. So many guys out there. Jordan Mims just signed with the Titans, by the way, a couple days ago. I think we were discussing that as well. So there's so much out there as far as our Fresno guys. So I'm curious to see what it'll look like. Feels like more and more we have to keep track with a lot of those guys. And I'm just talking the Fresno State guys. I don't know about the 5.59 guys as well. Like all the guys who are from the 5.59. Feels like Fresno's taking over the league in some form or fashion every time we try to look at it. Jorge, maybe we got to come up with a running tally of guys we need to check in with from time to time as far as that's concerned. Let's see if we can create like a master list or something like that.
Like a roster.
Yeah, the Fresno roster, per se. It's so hard. So hard to keep up with everything with all these guys doing so many good things in the National Football League, which, by the way, National Football League starts on Thursday. That's right. Thursday, we will have the Hall of Fame game on 1430 ESPN. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we wrap up the show, give out the schedule. We'll preview Giants and Pirates coming up next on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Giants baseball is here.
Chapman, it's a drive out to left center field. At the wall, it is gone!
Your home for Giants baseball lives on 1430 ESPN Fresno.
Double play! And the inning is over.
Catch all the action home and away on the Central Valley sports leader. Giants baseball, brought to you by Clovis Truck Center, Fashion Furniture, M-Cubed Technologies, Lee's Air, and Clausen Automotive.
Hey, Dad, have you thought about what we talked about?
You mean Thies and Duker modern wealth management?
Modern sounds complicated.
Look, you've got money, but it's all over the place. That's complicated, and your money could be working smarter for you. Thiessen Duker uses advanced software designed to analyze how your different assets can work together toward your goals. You'd be surprised what a few simple adjustments can make. A lot of other advisors don't even use this technology.
And it wasn't complicated?
Thiessen Duker made it simple, and now my accounts are streamlined too. I go to thiessenduker.com, click on the Account View tab, and I can see all my accounts in one place.
Oh, your mom would love that.
Yeah, and so will you. That's what Thiessen Duker can do for you.
Modern wealth management. I'm in, son.
Just visit thiessenduker.com and give them a call.
The advisors of Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Welcome to Banyan Tree, Fresno's favorite dispensary. Voted 2025's Best of Central California's People's Choice Award. Need some healing and relaxation? From flower to edibles, concentrate to vapes, we've got top shelf products at down-to-earth prices. Whether you're a seasoned smoker or just kinda curious, our knowledgeable staff will help you find your perfect match. So climb the Banyan Tree and see how high you can get today. Order ahead at banyantreefresno.com for quick and easy pickup. Banyan Tree, rooted in quality, grown in Fresno.
From breezy linen to performance polos, the Patrick James Summer Collection defines cool, effortless style. It's where classic West Coast spirit meets modern refinement. Discover timeless looks from brands like Faraday, Johnny O, Martin Dingman, alongside staples from Tommy Bahama, Robert Graham, and our signature Patrick James line. Made for the man who values quality, confidence, and the art of dressing well. Patrick James, California's sophistication. On Shaw, inside Fresno's Fig Garden Village.
Roger Dunn has the new Callaway Paradigm AI smoke drivers to take your game to the next level. State-of-the-art technology. They've created the most advanced driver face in the history of Callaway Golf. The AI Smart Face is designed to create a sweet spot, and not just the center, but all over the face. AI smoke drivers, fairway irons, and putters. The AI smoke driver, it's sweeter from every spot. Paradigm AI smoke drivers. Remember, you're always number one at Roger Dunn.
Need cash? If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Clausen Honda wants to buy your car. If it's running, we want your late model Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Subaru, Acura, or Honda. Just call Clausen and ask for our VUP to schedule your appraisal appointment. In just 10 minutes, you'll get your cash value quote. Yes, we are eliminating the hassle of getting rid of your used old car. So if you're ready to sell, we are ready to buy. Call Clausen Honda of Fresno today. If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Get cash for your car. Clausen Honda.
Fresno, get ready to dance. Shakira is bringing her Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran World Tour to Valley Children's Stadium this fall. Experience the global icon live. It all goes down Thursday, August 7th. This will be one unforgettable night. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Don't wait. Shakira Live in Fresno will sell out fast.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Coming up on the end of our show here today, good vibes coming to you from our 1430 side of things. Our only 3-hour show of the week. That's right, 3-hour show only today. Tomorrow we'll have a 2-hour show. Wednesday we'll have a 2-hour show following Giants baseball. Thursday we'll have a 2-hour show from Fashion Furniture. That only goes till 5 o'clock. And then Friday, we're done at 3:40. Yeah, we're done at 3:40 Friday. I have to send it to Giants pregame in New York for their series with the Mets, and we'll see how that turns out as far as that's concerned. So that's what we got for you on the docket for Behind the Bench coming up this week. So other schedule stuff, of course, Giants Pirates tonight, 6:15 pregame, 6:45 first pitch, live from San Francisco. Over on 790, the A's are finally back home in Sacramento, which I guess is bad news because they're horrible at home. So A's and Mariners this week from Sacramento. That starts pregame at 6:30, and that's a first pitch at 7:05 from Sacramento. A's Mariners tonight. A's and Mariners. That's a 3-game set. Is that not right, Jorge? 3-game set for the A's and the Mariners. I believe they're off Thursday. I think everybody. I looked at the schedule. It's very weird. Like everybody's playing tonight, and like only 3 games on Wednesday as well as that's on Thursday from that.
I was saying yes. That's a 3 game.
3:30 game.
Nobody plays on Thursday, which is when the NFL starts.
The NFL rules all. Even the Hall of Fame game. MLB is like, you know what? We're good. We won't go up against it.
The meaningless game.
A meaningless Lions-Chargers game is enough to scare Major League Baseball from getting out of the time slot.
At least the Giants and the A's.
Yeah. No Giants, no A's Thursday, but like we said, I think we have Grizzlies and we have
we do have Grizzlies, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the A's series is a 3-game set against the Mariners. And then the A's host the Diamondbacks over the weekend in Sacramento. So there you go. All right. Let's talk about this team that airs on 14:30. This Giants team. One more time. We come full circle.
Why do we have to talk about it? We already did.
We come full circle because now we have to look ahead. We have to look ahead. We have to project now. We looked back. We got mad. And now we project. And now we look forward to the future, which is this series against the Pittsburgh Pirates, who I wouldn't say is lighting Major League Baseball on fire at 44-62. They are 6-4 in their last 10, however, and the Pirates took 2 of 3 against Arizona. The Pirates swept the Tigers earlier last week as well, who is a formidable team. So Pirates have won 5 of their last 6. So are we getting the hot Pirates coming into San Francisco? That's a little worrisome to me. But one thing that can work in the Giants' favor is that the Pirates are absolutely abysmal on the road. Do you want to guess how many wins the Pirates have on the road this season?
Is it less than 10?
No, it's close to 10, but it's not less than 10.
Less than 20?
It's less than 20 for sure.
15?
13.
Oof.
13 wins on the road this year. 13-37. Only the Rockies have a worse road record in baseball. Rockies have a 13-40 record on the road. So is the expectation for this Giants team to sweep this team who is absolutely horrendous on the road? Yes, I think that is the case. I think you need to have it. I think you have to make up as many games as you possibly can in this situation, especially when you look at what we have as far as the schedule is concerned. The Padres have the Mets this week, and they start that series tomorrow. And so in my opinion, they started today. So in my opinion, the Padres are very vulnerable in you trying to maybe play catch up with them. The Dodgers have a very difficult series in Cincinnati starting today. Dodgers are up 3-1 right now as we speak, if you look at the MLB scores. So that is what's going on right now around baseball. So the Giants feel like they have the opportunity here to get above where they've been playing, which is finding 3 straight wins against Pittsburgh. They have Carson Wisenhunt tonight, right? Is that the name we're looking for? Julie, that's right?
You said a Carson Wisenhunt?
Is it Carson Wisenhunt?
I think so, yeah.
He's the top pitching prospect for the Giants in their farm system. He got called up today and is going to start for the Giants tonight.
Yeah, they put a graphic of him coming up.
What do we think? What do we think about throwing the kid out there? Because I know I heard last night and I almost panicked. I almost lost my mind when I heard that Bob Melvin was considering 2 nights of back-to-back bullpen days.
I don't know that he's ready.
You don't know? Yeah.
I mean, let's. I don't want to give this kid like say no, he sucks.
Is it a save the season? Do you feel like it's a desperation move to throw up the top pitching prospect from your farm system and say, hey, go bust the losing streak?
I think it's a good way to see what he's got. I think this is a good way for this kid to see if if he could be in the majors or not. It's I don't know. I don't know if this is the right thing to do.
Julia, do you think it's too much to ask out of Carson Whisenhunt tonight to go bust a losing streak and have your first start of your career tonight?
Yeah, I feel like that, and it's just a lot of pressure. And I feel like this is a game this is a series we really want to take. So I don't know how I feel about them choosing to use this series to kind of just throw them in there and hope for the best.
So you have to have this. You have to have this series. At least win 2 out of the 3. You have to, because otherwise you're gonna get in the rhythm where if you only win 1 or you get swept, then it's gonna be worse, and you're gonna keep going on a downfall where you're not gonna get out of it. So you have to win this game.
I think you have to sweep tonight. I think you have to defend home field. You have to make things happen in this series because it is as imperative as it can be to not avoid getting out any further, and also to show your front office that you can go all in on this trade deadline.
Also, you're gonna see him in a week. In a week, you're gonna see him again. So you got to get something out of this.
Pirates and Mets, and then Pirates again in the next 9 games for the Giants, which is just so unusual.
And then Mets after that.
Yeah, so you go Pirates, then Mets, then Pirates, and then you have an interesting homestand with the Nationals, Padres, and Rays, and then back to the Padres for 4. So, yeah, pressure's on. You got to beat the teams that you can beat. 13 wins on the road this season is awful for Pittsburgh. And you avoid Skeens, which is nice because you don't have to worry about that. Although I would say the Pirates I think they're throwing out their second best pitcher tonight in Mitch Keller. I think Mitch Keller is as viable of a pitcher in Major League Baseball as it can be. I like him as a pitcher. I almost think he's a trade candidate. I almost think the Giants should try to get Mitch Keller as a guy. Just say, hey, you want to swap uniforms and come pitch for us for the next 2 years? So I'm curious if this is an addition to say, hey, maybe we can work something out. That would be an interesting spot for the Giants to go for as far as it's concerned. I always said Isaiah Kiner-Falefa would have been a name for Isaiah. Well, I'm curious to see if we sometimes see this sometimes when the team comes in right before the trade deadline that you can actually find a way to trade somebody and make them switch uniforms in the same ballpark. So I've seen it before.
I know. I've seen it before too, but it'd be kind of weird.
It'd be weird. It's not the first time.
I'm not opposed to that. I feel like that would be kind of interesting. And we need a new pitcher. We need not a new pitcher, but someone who can be in the starting rotation and we can trust.
Well, the Giants are weird because they don't need some super ace out there to be added. It's not like you have to pay the heavy price to get the pitcher you need. You need the guy who's kind of in the back end, like
consistency.
Yeah.
That's all you need, consistency.
Give me a 4 or 5 starter. Like, I just need somebody who can give me innings, give up a couple runs. That's it. Just give me 6 every night and find a way to grind it out for me. And maybe we can find something in the postseason. I don't know who that is. I think Charlie Morton is the name I hear a lot.
I feel like we had consistency with Birdsong at one point, and then that went away.
Well, that's his fault.
We also
can't pitch right now.
We also had consistency more with other pitchers. But
and Landon Roop going down with the injury just certainly doesn't help.
Yeah.
So, and who knows? Maybe Whisenhunt's this guy. I remember how young Madison Bumgarner was when he got called up back in 2010. You remember how young he was? 20.
Tim Lincecum.
Yeah.
Also one of those guys.
But Mad Bum was interesting because when Mad Bum got called up, that was during a World Series run. Because he was called up right in the middle of that 2010 season.
He was with the Fresno Grizzlies.
Yeah. And then he went and pitched innings. He went pitched postseason innings. He was their 4th starter in the playoffs, and he was a lefty. And by the way, guess who's a lefty tonight? Carson Whisenhunt. Am I putting Mad Bum expectations on Carson Whisenhunt?
You are making this a lot harder than what it's supposed to be. Because now you're putting pressure, making him look like he's supposed to be this Mad Bum type of guy, but it's just,
That's the upside.
It could be.
Who knows?
That'd be awesome if he is.
He could be him, or he could be Jonathan Sanchez. That's doing Jonathan Sanchez a little dirty, actually.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that. He threw a no-hitter. He's a good pitcher. I'm trying to think of, like, who was really bad.
Broad pitcher, I don't know.
Yeah. Who was a bad Giant? I'm trying to think of, like, he's not like a Noah Lowry. That's the name of
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't want to. Yeah, you said it.
What are you gonna? Are you feeling bad about Noah Lowry's family?
Not at all. No.
Noah Lowry, if you're listening to this, I apologize. Always a good Giant, even though it was during the bad years. Those 06, 07 Giants. Oof.
Yeah, right after the 04.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Rough time.
Gosh, I don't want to. Yeah, I blocked that out of my mind. I just remembered.
I'm sorry. Sorry I hurt your heart. Okay. I somehow don't have a lineup, even though we're an hour away from first pitch. Less than an hour away from first pitch. Why don't I have a lineup? That I need to figure out. I'm curious why I don't have a lineup. Oh, maybe it's not a Pittsburgh lineup. I don't have a Pittsburgh lineup. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the Giants lineup.
I do have a Giants lineup. Here we go. Elliot Ramos is going to lead off tonight. Hopefully he doesn't run into an out. Rafi Devers, who's coming off his 0 for 4, stellar performance yesterday. He'll bat second. Batting third, Willie Adames, who struck out at the worst time in that game last night. Matt Chapman, also feast or famine, 2 home runs, 3 strikeouts. That wasn't fun. Jung-Hoo Lee, unfortunate hitting possibilities from him, is batting fifth. Wilmer Flores, who hasn't bat over 200 in 2 months, is batting sixth. Or he's just glaring at me while I'm doing this. Mike Yastrzemski, who also strikes out at horrible times, is batting seventh. Patrick Bailey, who has the worst luck in baseball, is batting eighth. And Brett Wisely, who doesn't know what the count is batting ninth.
Wow, it looks like you just took whatever they did wrong and just said it. Like, oh, yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, am I wrong?
I feel like that's,
Was that a little unfair?
Selective information.
Selective information. All right, fine. Okay. Matt Chapman, 2 home runs yesterday. That was nice. Wish we had more.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, we're winning? Oh, no, we're not winning, but maybe, and then we didn't. So.
Yeah, okay. All right. Who's going yard tonight? Who do you got?
Adames.
I think Ramos needs to.
I'm thinking Devers.
Devers needs one too. Devers needs a San Francisco homer again. All he's done is hit a homer against my team. That was the only San Francisco homer he's got. All right, that's our show. Giants baseball coming up at 6:15. Guys, good show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Great show.
See you at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Giants baseball coming up next.
Hey guys, Phil Bennoti here to say a big thank you to all that participated in our Student Athlete of the Week program. It has been an amazing year of sports, and we have seen some fantastic achievements in